Dude. Why what? I don't fight over people. In fact, I don't even advertise. Usually, if people come in, it's because other people advertise for me. I don't have time for all that crap. Are you wanting people to fight over you, Myth? No, I'm not in charge. There is no in charge here. It's just a conversation. I don't believe there's people pulling strings here. They don't have the, how do I word it? They don't have the resources necessary to patrol every single live stream. It's just not doable. Although it is true that someone else owns it, it doesn't mean that they're like controlling people necessarily, other than like they do, of course, control what content comes out due to their terms of service. I'm mentally ill too, so we're on even ground. I read what you said because that's what I do. It helps me process. Mm-hmm. As usual, I'm going to give it like 10 minutes, which will be 15 total since I began. And if it's just completely dead or no one wants to come up, then I'm going to go ahead and pull the plug for today. You never know who's going to be available. Why don't you come up on stream, Meth? You know you want to. I don't know what it is. Some people will never come on for various reasons. You're probably one of them. Some people are just busy. All sorts of reasons. Okay. I will always try. Got to do some more blending. I'm running out of my mixtures. Do you think you're the one keeping people from coming? Yep, there's all sorts of possibilities. Anytime I come on, I'm always open to the possibility that it's going to be dead. It would help if I advertised and shit, but I don't really have any interest in it. The most I do is post the live stream early, and it's the same time every week. But it's about all I'm willing to do, to be honest. Five minutes. You like my chunk? I'm in a bulking phase, so I'm going to be a little bloated for a little bit. Not too bad. I've been a little tired. Took an extra hour nap. I've just been digging into various things. I just got done watching a video about the rise of pseudo intellectualism. Guess I'll post the link in case anyone's curious. You're bulking, or are you just getting fatter not intentionally? Mm. It's tough to stay on top of sometimes. If I'm in a bad mood, it's almost impossible for me to get working out and staying on my frickin' healthy nutrition and everything. It's a balancing act. I got to stay in a good mood so that I can be disciplined enough to actually keep going. I actually do. It's actually a good point, and it's something that I've found that works fairly well. Take the things that piss you off about the world and channel them. It works. And there's no shortage of shit that pisses me off in this world. So I don't have to worry about running out of ammunition. Well, one thing is if you're actually looking to like build mass, especially if you're like a hard gainer like myself, it's not just about working out. It's in fact I can't remember the exact saying, but it's something like muscles built in the kitchen more than in the gym. And there's a lot of truth to that. A huge, huge portion of it is what you put in your body and staying. I mean, you can dirty bulk, but it's just not healthy. It's like there's people like Sam Sulek, and he is teaching people really, really bad shit. Yep. Well, the kitchen is your recovery, so long as you get enough high quality protein and BCAAs and certain amino acids. Check him out on YouTube. He's insanely huge. Sam Sulek, I think is how you pronounce it. He's sort of like an internet celebrity now for how massive he is. He's really young, so he can get away with a lot of. He just when he bulks, he just crams ice cream and junk food and everything. And I mean, you do need a caloric surplus to build muscle, but there's many healthier ways. He does take steroids, yes, but he also trains pretty hard. I can't say that he doesn't, but he doesn't use proper form in many things, and he's. I believe that when you're a celebrity, even if you like for whatever reason, like you have a certain level of responsibility, and he's teaching people bad methods and bad like just because he's huge, people look at him as like an authority, and he's not an authority. He just takes a lot of steroids, and yeah, he also has good genetics. That helps a lot. Yep. I mean, I don't knock him too much because he is massive. That's great if that's what you're looking for, but he doesn't eat healthy, and he's sloppy in the way he does things. He'll teach people like for example his like bench press technique, and he'll just like kill it and like go crazy with it, but it's improper form. You could get more bang for your buck by using proper form, and it there's a high likelihood of causing damage because of the way he does things. And other people are imitating him because they're like, I want to look like Sam Sulek. And it's Just not good. Hmm. Interesting. For me, it's not like an extreme stimulant. It gives me a little more energy than I would normally have, but not. It's not really that noticeable. The biggest effect for me is like my sex drive is so extreme. Like I'll be looking at a freaking wall and I'll see like a butt cheek or something, and like, ring! I'm exaggerating a little bit, but still, like that's the most extreme difference that I'm aware of. That and it makes your temperature rise. Like my default baseline temperature is higher than normal, and I sweat like freaking crazy. Yeah, you can't get Samsung size naturally. That's absolutely true. And that's another thing. Like we're so loaded with people that are on gear, and I'm not talking too much shit because I'm on testosterone myself, but like uh, they claim that they're natural when they're not, and people think that that's doable. And then they're just like all pissed off and think they're doing something wrong or they suck or whatever when they can't achieve that, when it's not possible. Celebrities are one of the biggest issues here. Like the dude that plays Wolverine, you've got the dude who plays Thor, you've got Dave Bautista, you've got The Rock is the biggest because he constantly keeps claiming that he's 100% natural. At his age, it's, well, I would go further. It's not possible to get to The Rock's physique without steroids, period. You can't do it. But you definitely can't do it at his age. He's definitely on steroids, 100%. Hello, Melody. So people just need to be freaking honest and quit lying. Like all of those celebrities are on steroids, all of them, or at least were. Some of the dudes come out fucking massive while we were in Iraq. What do you mean? You mean people like were in the military and then they came back like insanely huge compared to what they once were? Yeah, that's, well, you got to give something up. Like to me, the this right here is the best I've found, and it has the highest. It's 42 grams of protein. It's got relatively clean ingredients compared to like Premier Protein, but it actually tastes pretty well. They're pretty good in comparison to most protein shakes. But at the same time, I don't really care about taste, to be honest. I'm looking for results, and I don't give a shit what I got to do personally. So it's common to get steroids due to hearing issues or like eardrum damage and stuff like that. I've never heard of it before. I will say one thing: if you get enough protein in your diet already, all of this huge thing where people are like, I need more protein, I need, it doesn't do anything after a certain point. You don't just need to consume like all protein. I take it because I have more of a balanced diet, and sometimes it's really difficult. I'm usually like 20 grams short of where I need to be. So I'll like compensate every once in a while, especially like right after a workout session. Peanut butter is great, and it has a lot of decent quality protein for what you're eating. I prefer almond butter because it's healthier and has more nutrients. But what I don't like about peanut butter is it's loaded with sugar most of the time, and that's just terrible. Tuna's great. I like tuna, and it's one of the best sources of protein. If you eat a whole lot of albacore, you could be in danger of mercury issues. Usually, chunk light has such a small amount that it's not that big of a deal, though. That's absolutely true. You have to have a caloric surplus. I do what I call clean bulking, and it's where I'm eating healthy, but I'm eating a lot, and that's why I've got the stomach, as I showed you. But I won't just do what like Sam does and like gorge on ice cream and junk food and stuff. It's terrible. Damn. I'm very limited in the time windows I have available. I used to try to do it in the mornings, but I feel so shitty when I first wake up. It takes me hours to get awake. So I've started to do it at the end of the day. It just works better for me. It may not be the greatest, but it's what I've got available. Hmm. Interesting. I don't think you could get me to do freaking skydiving. I have too much of a fear of heights. I would be looking down and say, fuck you. I would be like clambering onto something sturdy and fucking, you wouldn't be able to pry me off with a crowbar. I've heard a little bit about that, or I've like not done research, but I know enough that like extreme athletes tend to do it, but I don't understand all of the complexities of why and why it's better. Is it because there's less oxygen? Oh yeah, I know myself. Like I can't even like do my roof. I had to hire someone to fucking put sealant on my roof because I tried. I just looked down and I'm like fucking all the hell. Maybe I'll get over it one day though. Hmm. I need to look into that. I live in the mountains, so I could get a relatively high altitude without going too far if I found that it was really worth the effort. I have to look into the research. Well, you are scared of impact, but there's a distortion. There's like the fact that you're so high up. There's like a to some extent it's natural evolution. You're wired to know that this is a bad idea, and but sometimes you can be completely safe, and that automatic reflex takes over. That intuition isn't always correct, and it's hard to get past it, even if you know that it's safe. Damn. Yeah, it's rare, but it happens, and that's like one of the most frightening fucking things ever for me. Hmm. Are those safe? I don't know anything about them. I'd imagine if you could get through the fear of heights, if you have it, then uh, skydiving would be very liberating. Hmm. I may try that one day. Absolutely. I sort of have it myself, although not to an extreme. Um, but if there's some sort of fear active, then it'll block me from even trying it, which is the case with the fear of heights. 58 minutes. What does that mean? Makes sense. Any of the fears that I've pushed through, I've had to like use. I can't remember what it's called. It's a type of therapy, immersion therapy, where you actually you purposefully take baby steps to get over the fear in small ways. That's the only thing that works for me. Like some people could just go fuck it and they just do it. I That won't work for me. Oh, where's all the Trumpers at that are always wanting to frickin' argue? They're fun. Hmm. Is it really expensive to obtain your license? Jesus Christ. Fuck that. Not I might would do it if I planned on using that as an investment because I planned on being a pilot afterward or some shit like that, but not for just kicks. It does sound like fun though. 504 is a good you don't mind coming on, but I feel like he doesn't push to the extent of what he actually believes. I think he holds back a little bit. I wish he would just be more upfront. I could be wrong, but that's the impression I get. We need to get everybody on panel at least once. It's not like people are going to dox you or anything just because they heard your voice. It's not really a suspicion. I think the problem that I oftentimes have is that I am the sort of like this is my deal, my live stream, and they feel like if they like debate, then I'm just gonna kick them or something, and I would never do that. I actually want people with differing views to come here and let's discuss ideas. Let's talk about it. We can do so civilly, but if you get a little pissy or something, it's perfectly fine as long as you're not like purposefully trying to cause issues or something. Like, I don't know. I think he's far more conservative. I think he's very, very conservative, which is fine. It's perfectly cool. But I think he kind of downplays it a little. Again, I could be wrong, but that's an impression that I get. That is true, although so he'll be like if you bring up Trump and you attack him, he will defend Trump. But I still feel like he's not going all in, if that makes sense. I feel like he doesn't like go into detail about why. What, on the guitar or something? I like the I think it's a five finger death punch version the best. It's like a little bit more metal. Plus I don't know his name, but the lead singer of Five Finger Death Punch, I love his natural vocal range. He's got like the deeper tone. I love it. I understand. Well, again, I don't do dumpster fires, but at the same time, we should be able to discuss anything so long as it doesn't break the terms of service. And we can do so. Like, I mean, of course, certain things are going to get people a little worked up compared to other things, but like, it's not impossible. I've seen it done numerous times. It's like, I would rather people just be direct, even if it gets a little pissy, so to speak. That is true. It's a good thing. We need more people like that because when people get really pissed really easily, they just leave or they do something crazy, and then I have to end up kicking them because they went a little too far or something. But so far, I've never had to do that, which is a good thing. In all honesty, I'm probably more, I've always been pretty laid back, or at least within the last year or so. But I think right now is the best chance ever of getting me all riled up because of the testosterone. It does make me a whole lot more aggressive than normal, but I think that I handle it pretty well. It's not like a night and day difference or anything. Hypatia came one time, and then she ended up calling me a bigot and a Nazi, some shit like that, which, yeah, the usual. And because of my stance on trans people in sports, she basically acted like that's all she needed to know. Like I'm automatically anti-trans. Rooting your bed alone, then what does that mean? Oh yeah. Anytime I do things like that, I know people are going to talk shit. I assure you, it has no effect on me. It's all fun to me. I don't take things like that personally, so you're completely cool. And to be fair, it's something to talk shit about. It's something to make fun of. It's why I do it. No worries. I didn't know exactly what you were referring to. Oops. I just posted the YouTube video that I linked earlier. Which I disagree with some of the things that this Dr. Anna says, but it's all good. Sometimes people have things come up. I know for me, it's pretty common for me to set appointments or stuff, and then like I've got a foster deal that comes up out of nowhere, or I got to go deal with my mom or something like that. Rash love. I don't think I've ever heard Rash talk about transvestites or transsexuals or transgender people. I don't think I've ever heard him get into the topic, so that's interesting. But he does it a lot or something. Oh yeah, I mean I know that he would defend her quite a bit. I thought they had a falling out not too long ago though. And it's important for a lot of people to realize that transgender people are obviously a minority, but because of that, it tends to make people like know like one or like sort of know one, like for instance, Hypatia and Chat. And then they'll use that as a reflection of all transgender people, and that's not logical. Hypatia is not a reflection of all transgender people. If it's not, then I don't know. I thought it was still used. Yeah, that's like the famous example. Let me see. A person who dresses in clothes primarily associated with the other sex. So I guess it has nothing to do with gender or anything. I don't know. But it seems to still be a term. I don't know if it's like not popular anymore or anything. As I said before, it's impossible to tell completely, but I still believe, due to the research, that they were wired that way from the very beginning. And that's very feasible because we live in a society that's highly bigoted toward trans people and basically different things in general. So it's very feasible to think that they were wired that way the entire time, but they didn't want to come out due to the stigma attached to the transgenderism. And then eventually, as they reached a certain age, they're like, fuck it, I don't care. I mean, it's impossible to tell for sure. You can't even ask them because who knows what they're going to say. But that's my personal belief. I do think that environment plays a factor sometimes, but I absolutely disagree with this bullshit about they're turning our children into trans. It's not how it works. It's crazy. I do not agree with that. Not if it's like a generalization, meaning it's like a common thing, because it's definitely not. Maybe in the future, even if there's like chat dialogue, I'll still hang around until time. It's not too bad. It's not quite as engaging, but still, it's interesting to me anyway, and that's why I do it.
Well, obviously, you believe there's correlation.
What's going on, tribes?
Not much, just hanging out.
Yeah, I figured I'd pop up here. Maybe I have a little something to say. I mean, you know me, I have a lot to say about the topics. But
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to say one thing for sure, and then I'll be quiet for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Last night on a panel, Melody was defending my relationship, let's call it, with height. And I just wanted to tell Melody thank you, because I just wonder, you know, all these people that criticize me for being friends with a tranny. I thought this was supposed to be like an inclusive environment. I mean, dude, I see a lot of, I get a lot of hate because of my friendship with Hype, and all it
Mm-hmm.
does is make me like her all the more. And dude, believe me, I'm not ashamed to say I like Hype, I love Hype, or Hype's my friend. I'm not ashamed of it. I don't fuck it. I'm me. You think I really give a fuck?
Right. What I think they're doing, I don't know this for sure, but it appears to be a tactic because people know that you're conservative, right? So
Yeah,
they're trying to use it as a gotcha, although it isn't necessarily. What they're trying to do is, oh, Andy, you claim that you're conservative, blah blah blah. You hang out with a trans person, and then like, who gives a shit is what I would say. But like,
right.
I
Exactly.
think they're trying to use it as ammunition against you, as if it like makes you a hypocrite or something.
Right. But see, in my mind, it makes them a hypocrite. You know,
Hmm.
because people that know me also know I'm pretty socially liberal. You know, I'm kind of conservative about, financial things and, some policy or whatever. But socially, I'm pretty fucking liberal, bro.
Hmm. That makes sense. Okay. Well, that's why I said, who cares? Like, it's not a valid point. I would never use that. Like me personally, I debate with conservatives all the time, but I would never, from my perspective, treating a trans person as a human being is positive. why would I automatically box you as like the enemy and talk shit about the thing that I claim I'm all about just to make you look bad? That's just silly.
That's the whole thing, Tribes. I've been getting around lately. Melody turned me on to a couple things. I've expanded a lot as far as the chat community goes. But, dude, some people seem absolutely triggered by the fact that, I like hype. Now, yeah, maybe it's a troll tactic or whatever, but shit. I'm not very easily trolled, but they can go for it. To me, it just exposes, their thought beliefs. And anybody willing to attack me on those terms, even if they are trolling, dude, it indicates to me what type of person they are. I mean, people on here are pretty easily read.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. It really, to me, it depends on what their intention is, and it's kind of hard to gauge it. So, if, like I said, in my belief, it's more of a trying to say you're hypocritical. But because someone is conservative does not mean, just like if you're liberal, it doesn't mean you automatically go black and white status and you agree with everything that's on the left, and same way for the right. So sometimes people do the same thing with my stance on guns. And I'm like, dude, you're not making a valid point. I actually think about these issues separately. I don't do this thing where I'm like, I'm a leftist. I'm hook, line, and sinker on everything that the left considers true. That's stupid. Right. I think for myself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't recall the exact thing. It may be guns, but you and I have had discussions before, and I kidded around with you. Oh, you're a conservative like me, because on some topics we actually agree, Trobs. Isn't that crazy? It's a wonderful thing in all actuality. I think you even made a comment when you, me, and Melody were up here. It's like, this is how people need to be. Different different beliefs having a civil conversation. Isn't that freaking like crazy? That's one reason I like coming here.
Right.
I don't go on panel much anymore because all they do is sling mud, name call, and dude, it's a joke. In reality, it's a joke.
Mm-hmm. It is. And I think that they think that they have some sort of that they have a victory of some kind, but when you don't fall for that, it only makes them look bad. Really, that's how I look at it.
Right, it's another joke, and I'm here. I'm on chat. I have my reasons. I like to observe. Sometimes I like to fuck with people. I don't like posers. Sometimes I fuck with them. But for the most part, I like to observe the different personalities.
Mm-hmm.
I don't chat much. I'd like a Melody to come up so I can ask her why she took her skirt back. That's really been hurtful for me. It's been a hard pill to swallow.
What do you mean took her skirt back?
Well, I don't know if you know, she was doing some clothes shopping for some music show she's going to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was last time I was here, I was joking around about her getting a pleated skirt and, just barely covering her ass and stuff so I could stare at her and imagine. And she seemed like she was going to do it. And I think she actually did, but she took it back. Now I'm heartbroken. Dude, just imagine her bending over. I'd like throw some pennies, not pennies. I'd throw like a gold bar down in front of her to watch her bend over and pick it up.
She says it wasn't short enough.
Oh, man, you're talking my language, baby. Amen to that. I had this vision of these white panties that kind of little puffed up, because they're not stretched hard around your ass. I have a little vision right now. I'm going to be honest. So, Trops, I have another topic. I'm going to switch gears on you real quick.
Sure.
So, I was on another chat just a little earlier, and I see Melody around. We see each other around. Anyway, she came into this chat just like she had previous time. And Trobs is online, and my response was like, "Ooh, a bunch of O's," and that's. But prior to that, Trumps, I just lay out a bunch of crazy statements. You know, I love panties. You know, I love height. You know, just I talk to to space. You know, but
Right.
anyway, in some comment, well, first of all, there's a chick in this one chat. Her name's Angie Fox. She's a black chick, I think, in her 40s. In one of her pictures, a couple pictures, she has natural hair. She had a big giant bush and all, which I like. It kind of turns me on. But I don't know. I don't know what the conversation was doing. And I made this statement, and hey, maybe a lot of people are going to come at me for this, but I'm going to tell you how I fucking feel. I made the comment that black chicks wear wigs. And she must have been lurking because she popped out of nowhere and said something. And I was more or less, yeah, baby, I know you have natural hair. You know I like it. I've said it before. And she's like, well, don't say that then. And this is my response to that. You know, I know I'm monopolizing. This is my response to that. The community I live in, the majority of chicks have wigs or weaves. Then, because, you know, I made that statement and she responded to me, I actually Googled it. And of course, like I told her, I just don't blurt things out. It's just a simple fact. Black chicks wear wigs. I prefer black chicks with natural hair. That's all I said. What the fuck's wrong with that? She's telling me I can't say that.
I don't consider that racist in and of itself. You're simply making a statement based on your personal experience that black people tend to wear wigs, which in my experience is a fact.
Yeah, that is actually true.
Why? Like, don't get me wrong, because if in certain ways you could consider that racist, but if you're portraying the situation exactly as you just said, I don't see anything wrong with it.
I think it was. It might just be just because she doesn't know you, Andy.
She knows me.
Yeah. I mean, my best friend. I mean, it's been a while.
You can sound racist.
But it's. I mean, but that is the truth of the situation. What you're saying. My best friend, like before she died, so she was black, and most of the time she either had braids or yeah, she wore a wig, and I saw Angie, and Angie's dear. I mean, I've only been on that for that long, but yeah, but that's true, and I thought that she looked awesome like before she got her braids and everything. But that's a true statement, because I mean, like I said, like I had a best friend. And yeah, and most of the time she either had hers braided or she would wear a wig. I never saw her like ever just have her hair down, but I did see her whenever she was on camera that one time before she had her braids done, and I thought she looked awesome.
Right. What I didn't like is she, in my mind, presents it as something I shouldn't say. And she even said, well, don't say that then. As if I look, you're not going to control my fucking speech. And I didn't say anything wrong. Like, you're taking it wrong. I'm telling you the reality. If I walk outside and walk around the corner, believe me, I'm going to run into some chick with black chick with blonde hair. And it was all about sexual preference, if I recall, because I'm not attracted to blonde-haired black chicks. I'm just not. I'd rather bang a chick with a bush. And that's another thing. That's another thing. I've banged black chicks. Am I racist for that? Or am I racist for if I say I won't bang a black chick? Because some dudes don't want to bang a black chick. Is that racist? Or am I racist for banging them?
To answer your question, in my view, it depends on why. So I personally, in general, am not attracted to black women. That's not racist. That's just you have no control about what, unless there is an exception. If the reason why you're not attracted to them is due to racist like logic or ideology,
I agree.
Like, that's racist. But if it's just about what you're attracted to, like completely naturally, there's nothing racist about that. You can't control it.
I agree.
Well, yeah. Same as I mean, even if, I mean, you could even say that like gender wise, I mean, like if if you're not gay, you're not gay. Like, I
Mhm.
mean, what are you gonna do about that? If you're straight, if you're not straight, you're not straight.
It's exactly the same thing. That's a good analogy. Like you don't really control it. It doesn't make you racist because you're not attracted, in general, to certain people of like different ethnicities. It's just what it is.
All right. Hey, y'all let me interject this real quick. Earlier, Melody mentioned RuPaul, and then the majority of people know I live in New Orleans, okay? And New Orleans is a pretty diverse city. So you mentioned RuPaul. Let me give you a demonstration, an example of how people are down here. There's a lawyer commercial. You know how they get these lawyer commercials after Jerry Springer or whatever, you've been in an accident, those type of ambulance lawyers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Anyway, a long setup. I'm gonna finish. There's this one black tranny. I don't recall his name, but he's on there. He's doing a commercial for Juan Lafonza, and she, which is a tranny, is up there rapping. This is like on a commercial during, Jerry Springer time. There's a lot of people watching it. It's a popular commercial. People love it. People sing it, and it's a freaking tranny on TV, on a TV lawyer commercial.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I can bet like next to no one has that where they live.
No, no, I've never seen anything like that, but where I live. But I could see it. Yeah, for sure, because it's so diverse where you live that
Well,
it flies. Pretty much anything flies there, I would think.
it does, and that's just like you asked whether the word transvestite still applies. People say tranny around here, and trannies say tranny, and trannies don't get upset if you say tranny.
Oh, I thought that was kind of like an obtuse word now. Like, I mean, you're not really supposed. That's why I said all because like for like transvestite, you don't hear that term anymore, and a lot of people get offended. I think people get offended, but they
Not
do.
here, not here. It's all bullshit. It's all just another victim thing. That shit don't fly here like that. And trannies are too busy sucking each other off to worry about that.
Well, you could say that about anybody sucking each other off. It doesn't really matter if you're transsexual or if you're straight, gay, whatever. You could
The point is, it doesn't matter. And I guarantee less people here than anywhere probably understand what cisgender is and understand all this bullshit. People down here eat, drink, and fuck.
that's true. Um, yeah, and I even told you about that time, like whenever the last time I went to New Orleans, that I was shuttered out of a place. So I went to a gay bar, like a gay male bar,
Sure,
and
I've probably been there.
it was, oh my gosh, I had so much fun, and like slapping this guy's ass, like ass cheeks and stuff, and
Nice.
but but like afterwards there was this burger joint. I was other guy, but I'm male, but they wouldn't even get like a hamburger. Like, so we were just like shunned just because I don't know if it was because they thought that I think it was just because they thought that we were straight, which we were straight. Well, I whatever. But they wouldn't let us like eat there. It was so weird just because we weren't dude. And by well guys, they're like, this is why you got pushed to the back of the line, is because they're not going to feed you here. Just because I was a female. And is that not like the fucking weirdest thing ever?
That is very weird.
Yeah. No, I'm not even kidding. But yeah, they would not even let me get a hamburger just because I was a female. And everybody else in there was a bunch of dudes.
We have gay bars here, but they're far more inclusive than that. They don't do like the reverse bigotry, I guess you would call it.
I
Like, I
never
don't
ever,
know.
Yeah, I've never ever been in a situation like that before in my life. It was freaking insane. But yeah, we were refused like to eat just because of, I think it must have been just because of me, because I'm a female and I was the only female that was in there. And so they must have thought that the guy that I was with was straight, which we both are. But just the fact that they wouldn't even let me get a freaking hamburger was just, that was weird, Andy. Like, what the fuck, man? I mean, I know you can't say anything like about your whole city, but that was weird, and it was in the gay district.
There's a district for that?
Yeah, there's a district just for like gay people, I think.
Wow.
Is he still here?
No, he dropped. He may
he-
come back.
Well, yeah, there is. There's a district, but this one, I don't know if there's one for, because usually whenever it comes to gay people, a lot of times there will be like community lesbian, be like for gay men. They usually don't converge as much. They're kind of like separate communities within a community. It's kind of weird, but that's just kind of that's how it works. I know it's awesome. I would just think that they would all get along like, okay, yeah, we're all gay, but no, like gay men usually don't like to hang out with the gay women. Well, I mean, it kind of, it depends. It depends on the whole community and like what's going on. But
They might have felt threatened, like you were all like up on some dude's butt cheeks or something, and they're like, "That's my butt cheeks. He's gay."
oh well, I actually got, well, no, the guy that was up on the bar, and no, I got his boyfriend's permission to spank his butt.
Melody, let me ask you this. Have you ever heard of the term fag hag?
No,
A fag hag's just a chick that, likes or is cool with gay men, but, doesn't want to bang them necessarily.
yeah, it could be. I don't know.
Now, again, that kind of sounds like pretty negative, fag hag. But in a way, a fag hag, I say, yeah, I'm a fag hag.
Fag hag. Well,
Yeah.
straight women love their gays. They love their gay men. I mean, that's always been kind of the thing.
Patrick, I wish you would
Man,
put
something's
something
going
right
on.
up my alley. I'm ready for it, baby doll.
Melody, you're breaking up a little bit. I don't know if it's me or what. Do you hearing anything, Rob?
I hear her, but there'll be like little intermittent breakups in the middle of her talking, if that's what you're talking about.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I disappeared in case it was me.
It's
Hey,
not.
Melody,
is this?
Melody, since it's a little break, can I propose a question to you, please?
Yeah, can you hear me okay now?
I can hear you good enough for this topic. Can you tell me about the skirt, please?
Okay, so what ended up happening was I bought a skirt from Amazon, and so it was one of those like it was kind of like tassels, and so I bought it, but it was way too long, so I took it back to the UPS store today, and I'm gonna buy another one, but it was too long. If it was 2 tiers shorter than that, then I would have kept it. But
Right.
you gotta show some ass like at these festivals, you know?
I 100% agree, which is going to lead me to my second topic. And I'm just going to state this. Fuck it, I'm a freak. You ever wear panties and you kind of start getting like a semi-wedgie, and like your ass cheeks showing and, they kind of wedging up on you a little bit. But before you stick your fingers to stretch them out, you know what I'm talking about?
Well, you must know what you're talking about because you're
I do
discussing.
know what I'm talking about.
So
I like that look with the skirt. I like that look.
so like a wedge up. So like you got some like panty crust going on. What's up? What's up with that? There, 504.
Hold on. Oh, damn! I'm looking at skirts on Amazon right now. Yeah, hold on.
Well,
Damn, I'm looking at this tassely one. That's kind of freaking hot. It's all tassels. Oh, dude, if you got the one with the fringe, fuck that.
yeah, I got one of those, but it ended up being it was too long. It was about. So I need something that's gonna be like really short, and then you wear booty shorts like underneath of them. So
Right.
bend
So
over.
it's an actual tassel skirt.
Yeah, it was one of the. It kind of looks like something you would wear like Western wear in a way, but
I
except
mean,
for
I'm looking at ones you can see through. You can see their ass and everything.
well, this one wasn't like that. But I think I'm gonna get one that you can't see like all the way through. I know exactly what you're talking about. So I thought about getting one of those as well, but I think I'm just gonna get a straight up just little mini skirt, like a white one.
I agree. That's what I was saying. Like a plaided, I don't know what color. Anything but plaid, okay? On the skirt.
Oh no, what's wrong with plaid? I think the plaid is really cute.
Because, dude, people wear that for schoolgirl bullshit, and I don't play that shit.
What do you mean you don't like the schoolgirl look? You don't think that's cute?
Fuck no, I like women, Melody.
Well, but I know, but it's the plaid thing. I think it's kind of cute. So,
Yeah. And what, when I'm fucking you, you're gonna call me daddy? Fuck that.
ew, that's gross. Nobody wants that.
Anyway, no, I'm anti-plaid. You do you. But anyway, shit, I see one for $16.95. It's pretty. I like it. That ain't bad. $16.95. Shit. Sequin sparkly skirt, disco, fringe, short.
Yeah, that's what I always look up is stuff like that, and then it'll kind of evolve into like if you look up one piece, then it'll show you other pieces that are similar to that.
Oh
And
yeah, this will be popping up on me now. I'll be seeing skirts for a while.
that's you are gonna be if you get on Amazon, that's definitely what's gonna end up popping up for you based upon your past searches.
Right. So anyway, Melody, you haven't given up. You're gonna try again, huh? Oh my God!
I,
Oh my God!
I haven't
Oh, you
given.
gotta see! Oh my God, Melody! Oh my God! Women's sequin rainbow chainmail mini skirt. Oh my freaking God!
Chainmail.
Oh,
That sounds kind of hot.
oh my God! I'm sorry, man. This is
Oh,
too close to my. This is too close to my fantasy, man. Oh my God!
the thing is that you've got to get the right size as well. So
Yeah.
so that's the thing. And but the good thing with Amazon is you can take everything back. So I took back,
Oh, I love Amazon.
and then like I was,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
gosh, 2 days ago, did you see like my picture that was like all over, like my boobs were like posted like all over somebody's stream?
No, I wouldn't mind seeing them, but you know, Melody,
No,
I've come to know you a little bit. I joke around with you a little bit sexually, but you know, I look at you as a bit of a little chat sister. So, would I like to see your boobs? I don't know. It's not like super prevalent, you know.
well, I thought it was just going to be my boobs that were up there, but yeah, they like scrolled into my boobs, and so that
Well,
was
well,
that was
good for them, Melody. And you know what? You're well liked. I don't know. Your last profile picture, you know, your portrait, I did really like that. You know, people harass you, and it's just, it's similar to like, you know, the other day I read Aesop's fable, the wolf and the grapes. He couldn't get the grapes. Oh, I guess the grapes were sour. The moral is, Melody, people attack what they can't have. And that's what happens to you. People harass you for attention. I'm kind of the opposite. I kind of just get to the point, you know, about having a panty wedgie, you know. And you're you're a good looking chick, and people attack you because of it.
Well, I wasn't so I was not expecting just like my breasts to be on full display. I thought it was going to be like my face, but I mean, I sent a picture to one of the guys on stream,
Right,
or one of the guys that's on Vegas, and so
right.
he put it on his stream like 2 nights ago, and
Now I'm getting curious. Whose stream was it?
it was Will's.
Oh, oh,
Yeah, some people don't like him very much, but
A bunch of us physicians have said
I'll show you things. Oh, is he not there? But so I sent it to him, but I gave him an okay for him to show my photo on his stream. So it's not like he just did it without my permission. So I mean he's respectful, but I mean JT even said that, and he's probably, I don't even know. No, he's gone. But he's like, "Yeah, Melody, we know that you sent that over there just so he could like post it on his stream." So I can't completely deny that, but yeah, JT likes to give me a lot of shit.
JT likes to give a lot of people shit.
Yeah, he does. He's kind of an asshole. I like the dude, but he can be kind of a dick sometimes.
I think it's funny.
No,
He doesn't seem to be like the type that just talks shit for the hell. Just like, those really toxic people. He
no,
doesn't seem to be like that to me.
I get along with JT really well. He gives me a lot of shit, but I don't know. I think he's humorous about it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why Andy dropped again. Connection problems, maybe.
But then I did send a picture that he could not show, because I sent like a booty pic to him. Everybody,
booty pic.
Now Andy's back. He's like quiet when he comes back, and this booty pick.
yeah,
Melody, I interrupted. Let me ask you real quick. Are you showing erect nipples?
no, no. So I actually sent back this. I got like this kind of like stripper looking bodysuit type
Oh
thing,
my God.
arguably
You're crazy, baby.
and
Hold on. I might have to get off here for 5 minutes.
and then, and then I had on this sports bra that was
Yeah,
really
I'm going to touch myself real quick.
but yeah, it kind of it shows that. So yeah, I know that I'm gonna be getting some shit. I'm surprised that
Melody, put some of that on Facebook so I can see it.
no, no.
Come on.
Well, if you would have gone on that guy's panel, he probably still has it up or on his.
I might, like I said, I'm not that interested. And unless you had like a picture of you with a little panty wedgie, I'm not all that interested.
Yeah, I told him not to. I told him that he couldn't post that one. There's
Melody, do you own any like white cotton panties?
yeah, of course.
Nice.
What so you like you like white cotton, huh?
Not in particular, but sometimes it's cool. I'm more about the fake synthetic shit with a little bit of lace. You know me. I like white lacy panties. That's my preference.
Well, we know that.
But those little plain white ones, like I was describing earlier, and it shows some ass cheek, because you're going wedgie.
you're far less likely to need
Those, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I've got some of those, but I could use some more. Maybe somebody should send them to me. I think we're losing people because we're talking about stuff that other people don't want to listen to.
It doesn't matter. Numbers don't matter, do they, Tribes?
I've never cared about numbers, but I will say one thing. Um, as long as you're not doing anything wrong, you talk sex. We're adults here. Anything sexual is a fucking adult stuff. Talk about it all you want. And the way I look at it, if people should not be of all streams, you should not be coming to my fucking stream if you have problems with anything like not being family friendly. Like you're in the wrong fucking place. That's all I can say. Like I'm sorry. So the sky's the limit. As long as you're not breaking fucking rules or anything, like pulling dicks out, which will get me shut down, then
yeah, that's a private thing. I did take a couple photos though.
Yeah, we don't want any porn bombing. But this is definitely I don't go to any streams that are not, it has to be 18 plus.
Yeah.
I have to figure out how to use the stretch tool first.
What's that?
I think it was Photoshop.
Oh, I thought you was talking about something else.
That's what I know.
Dude, I don't mechanically do that kind of stuff.
I'm not sure exactly what you said. Stretch something.
Yeah, maybe that's the draftsman coming out in me. Man, it's like if you took a hot dog and the hot dog was short, you box part of it and you pull it right, and then now you got a long hot dog. It was a joke. Forget about it. It's a draftsman joke, I guess.
Well, it goes into Photoshop, which is it's relatively common now, so it's not that crazy.
Right. Yeah, you got it. Let me say this since I have everything interrupted. Rob, thanks to Melody, I'm getting around, and some of these streams, dude, it's ridiculous how they mention the numbers. Oh, Andy came in. It went from 20 to 5. Fuck this asshole. Yeah, I have 30 I have 30 people. So and so only has 5. Oh my god, dude, what the fuck?
Well, a lot of people have this belief that it's a measure of success. Secondly, first, and I've said numerous times, I don't monetize. I have no intention of monetizing. And if I did, I think people would rightly think that I'm shady, because it means the moment you monetize, people change. They start tailoring their content to what gets the most clicks. They'll clickbait, all sorts of shit. I don't care about stuff. I'm here because it's fucking entertaining for me. It's honestly selfish. Like, I enjoy conversations.
Hey, I agree.
That's it. It's really that damn simple. And like, people are like, man, you got to up your views. And I'm like, that's work, dude. I'm like, I don't care. It's not a big deal to me. Like, in fact, in many ways, I prefer a smaller group because people start becoming regulars. People know them. They look forward to hearing them talk and like see what these particular people have views on certain topics. It's like, it's better to me.
Take it out so that you don't get cancer.
Yeah. Well, I do think it is kind of funny whenever people look about the views. Oh my gosh, I've got 23 people here. Oh my gosh, I've got 30 people. Like, who gives a shit? It's not that deal.
Yeah,
it's just funny to me because there's a competition amongst these people, and I think Melody knows who I'm talking about. There's a group of people, Drops, and at most, 1 or 2 of them might have 1,000 followers. Dude, these are people trying to be famous with, I'm more known, to what, 30 fucking people on the internet or 500 people on the internet? You getting rich off of 1,000 people on the internet? At the end of the day, Tribes, for me personally, it's all laughable. And that's one reason I even look at this shit. I think I told you, just to observe people. And just this competition amongst different streamers, dude, it's kind of a little strange to me. I'm just being honest. Here, it's basically an open forum. Other streams, dude, it's a shit show.
Well, sometimes they like that and that's what I mean by it's shady. because when you get a shit show, it brings people. Negativity attracts. It's why the media focuses on negative shit.
No,
It brings
right.
money.
You're
So that's all they care about. They want more likes.
Right.
They want more people to come. But to me, it's not a good environment. It's stupid, and I'll never do that. It's just not my thing. I don't give a fuck
Right.
about money.
Now I'll be honest. I check them all out because I like to see, dude.
Right.
Like right now, my eyes just got rounder because I like to observe. I get tired of it, but I'm not there solely for entertainment. And my sense of entertainment is like, damn, these motherfuckers, what the fuck? It's not because, oh, this is fun. I'm like, just like, man, this is what we've become.
Right.
But I was doing that once, and I wasn't saying anything. I don't think, but I'm gonna back up again somehow. With Drops. You know who Acid is?
Yes.
Anyway, so it was Acid and Melody. I don't know, one or two other people, and for whatever reason, all of a sudden they fucking railing on me about Hypatia. And dude, all I do is feed into it more. I thought. People want to say, oh, living rent free. I'm like, my God, I'm not even around, really. I was lurking, and this comes up. But Melody, I appreciate it. And what you did says a lot because you're putting your reputation on the line,
I like that though. And I don't like people I don't like people talking shit about you, but I also don't like people talking shit about like Hypatia and like who gives a shit if you talk to her or not? Like nobody cares.
Look, everybody knows Hypatia's basically a fucking cunt or a prick or however you want to put it. That's nothing new. People know that.
I know. So I don't see what the big freaking deal is. That's why and I know that I do have a temper on me and I need to stop it, but I can't help it though.
No, Melody, you need to be a little bit more firm, in my opinion. Say, look, and you were with, about Hype. I was actually, like I said, impressed. And then Acid's like, oh, Hype still has a dick, this, that, and the other. How does he know? Did he suck on it or something? What makes him so fucking sure of it?
I know that's what I'm saying, and I said no. Well, that's not what Hypa said that she had surgery, and so I'm gonna believe that. I mean, why would you say that you did if you didn't?
Well,
And
let's for a second play devil's advocate and say that's true. Who gives a fuck?
Exactly, Drop. Exactly. I'm not trying to have sexual.
Obsessed? Why are people so obsessed with other people's shit? Like it's weird. It's fucking weird how people get so into it. Like it doesn't affect you. Who gives a fuck?
I mean, I was curious, and I asked Hypa just because I was just really curious about, like the transformation and if what he went through and stuff like that. So I asked, and she said, "Yeah, I had the bottom surgery." She said that she didn't have the top surgery because she didn't like boobs. But
She wants a boob job. She said it to me more than once.
Oh, she did? Oh, she said that she didn't want it.
That's bullshit.
Maybe it's a financial thing. I don't know.
I think so, Trops.
It's not cheap. Well, if she got rid of some of those goddamn fucking vinyls, then she could probably,
that was funny.
she could make like a lot of money because I mean I guarantee you she's got like a lot of like vinyl that is worth probably quite a bit of freaking cash.
It's worth a set of boobs.
Yeah, at least. I mean, yeah, and then they just keep like buying more and buying more instead of focusing on. That's why I've always said, yeah, I'm gonna steal your boots from you, Hypa.
Hey, let me interrupt again. Trobs, I asked you if you knew Acid. How well do you know Acid?
Not incredibly well, but I know who he is. We've had
Right.
some dealings.
I
Not a
know
whole
him
lot.
quite well now. I used to know him from Space Chat because he would soft troll me and I would just kind of say this, that, or the other. I just looked at him as some, silly soft troll. I know that Star would talk to him. So if he would say, like, oh, Andy sucks dicks or something, I'd be like, shut up, bro. Be cool. But, dude, somehow I wound up at his home chat. This dude is a fucking asshole. He is like one of my top enemies. Not that I have, well, I guess I do have a lot, but he and I had kind of reached a truce. Don't fuck with me. I'll basically leave you alone because I'm a counterpuncher. But then he's up on panel with Melody calling me like some kind of 74-year-old tranny chaser boy fucker kind of shit. These are the kind of things he says to me. So
Right.
therefore I strike back quite hard.
Yeah, no, he's rude to everybody, and that's why I've never liked him. And
I think people like that think that it's cool. Like they do it on purpose, and they're like overly toxic because that's their whole shtick. That's what they're going around, and they think they've got a reputation and everything. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Melody.
No, Drops. He doxes people. I've seen Melody's name doxed. No, where's it end? When I first got on here, people called me a Nazi. Then I was I don't know, fucking bullshit. Anyway, but now, from Nazi lover to doxing people, Oh, he calls me a boy fucker. Which is worse, Nazi or boy fucker? It's kind of fucked up saying shit like that and doxing people. I kind of have my limits,
That's fair. Personally, not really bothers me much unless people are throwing out the pedo shit and people start taking it seriously. You could ruin somebody for fucking life doing shit like that.
I'm so sick of the whole pedo shit.
It is not a joke. You don't just fucking call people a pedo for the fuck of it.
I've been dealing with that for years, Trobs. I've been dealing with it for years. It's and that's one reason. Acid's even saying it. He hates the fact that I mess around with a hype, like saying, "Oh yeah, come ride me like a horse," Yeah, mount up, hype, giddy up. I'm gonna buck you and stuff, dude. If you don't get it, then fucking block me. You hate me for saying shit like that. You hate me because of my words on the internet, dude. He's the one triggered. He thinks he triggers people.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, if you don't like my friendship with hype and what I say, then fucking block me. Just like I used to call her the Hype Express. Get on it and ride. Let's go to the caboose.
That's funny. Well, yeah, that's pretty much what I would do. I would double down. I don't give a fuck. Dude, like who's anyone to fucking judge me? I don't give a shit.
Right. And that's what I do. Sometimes that's my troll, or not, I wouldn't call it. My reaction is to double down. Oh, you like a tranny. Oh, I love hype. I love hype. You should have heard her talking about how she would suck my cock. I don't get defensive. I get aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's just the way you kind of do it. Is you mess with people harder than they're messing with you.
Right. And this is what I tell people too. It's entertainment. After a little while, I'll just say, look, man, I'm bored. I'm moving on. We'll pick this up later. I'm tired of playing with you. Because that's all I'm doing. I'm not triggered. I could give a fuck. When I'm out of here, I'm worried about what I'm going to eat that night, not you.
Fair. And that's how a lot, in my opinion, that's how a lot more people need to be. This is not like a slice of reality, really. Not saying that people aren't real because they're in a chat room, but it shouldn't be like your whole fucking world. It's sad.
Trubs, it is sad. And I think there's people that are, I know there are, because I've been in these other places enough. I wish Space Chat would make a comeback with the same people. Because you know what? Space Chat in reality was not a bad place at all. This other place, I go to this place called Las Vegas. Dude, it's fucking wacko. I mean, whack.
I've lurked in there a few times. I've never really wanted to jump in personally, but there is a lot of craziness. That's true.
You know, before I wound up there, I had, I don't know, a couple of people. Oh, I kept seeing, oh, I mean, Las Vegas is tough. Las Vegas is, you can't handle it, blah, blah, blah. I'd jump right in the fucking middle of that shit.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, you know, the reality is I'd rather just, you know, look, talk about dinner, you know, talk about, you know, flowers, what have you. Or, you know, actually my favorite subjects, well, one of my favorite subjects is, you know, women and their, what they wear. You know, we could talk about that. We could talk
Mhm.
about like shelf bras, you know. But I'm not into this just crashing on people, you know, for no fucking, you know, just, that's not my entertainment. I guess
Well,
that's, yeah.
that's what a lot of these streams are. It's just they become like a circle jerk, an echo chamber, and then a certain clique will just form together and they all like attack one person, and that's just the cool thing to do. To me, that's fucking pathetic. I'll
Right.
never do that shit.
Right. And see, I'd stay away from those cliques, but I know, I mean, yeah, you know, those groups, I stay away from them, but I'm sure, you know, I'm getting, put in a box or whatever, because, you know, oh, you can't go to this one. You know, there's a lot of guilty by association bullshit going on.
There
And
is.
I mess with all the chicks over there and they're enemies, you know, some of them are enemies. I don't give a fuck.
Does it's so much different than it was like in our space shot. Well, but the thing, like with Fact Nominal, it was mostly dudes. There wasn't like that many females.
Long
And
ago we had chicks, but anyway.
I
But you're right. You're
that was
right. That's why I left.
I think that's kind of why it died out, is just because like the females left, and so whenever
That's
Why I
that's
left.
that's true. Well, I'm mostly to blame for that because I kept contacting them and asking them for boob pics. I'm just kidding.
Don't say
I'm
that.
kidding. I didn't actually do that.
Uh, that's not true. I mean, at one point, Melody, I think right before you came, you know, there were 4 or 5 chicks pretty strong, you know? I mean,
yeah.
Star was a regular, Emily was a regular, you know, there was a couple other ones. Some big blonde chick, you know, she always talked with emojis. She was fucking hot. I forgot her name. At least her picture was hot.
Yeah, anybody that talks with emojis gets on my fucking last nerve.
Me too.
Yeah, them big tits and big ass overrode that.
It's like, okay, can you
Oh, it was Samantha Gill. It was Samantha Gill, Sam Gill. She knew how to talk to whales too.
Samantha Gill may have been a catfish. I didn't really investigate.
Hey, Trobs, that picture looked good. That's what mattered. Okay, that's all. We don't need to go much deeper than that.
That's fair. That's fair. Speaking of Star, I would like to get her on because I want to ask her some questions about her past.
she's a fucking creeper.
I know,
I
but
see.
I kind of want to
Star.
get some. I want to get some answers, and if she lies, I can at least get info from that.
Well, aren't you and Star friends, Trobs?
No,
Or good acquaintances?
definitely not.
No,
Oh shit!
We've had
I'm
bad
okay with
experience.
Star.
no,
Star could be vicious, you know, but I'm okay with her. She's another one I'd like to see. Well, she does wear skirts, I think, but I'd like to see her, you know, dressed up.
Mhm.
she's nasty. Nasty.
Yeah, I don't know. I've known Star for longer than you, Melody. Not that that matters, but I don't communicate with Star. Again, you know, I observe. I've seen Star chew people up. I've seen her rip a man's heart out and eat it. You know.
No, and I was fucking one of them. And so that's why I don't fucking like that bitch. So that's the way it's gonna be, and that's how it's always gonna be. And if she wants to talk to me, I'll fucking talk to her.
Melody, her picture looked pretty good though.
I don't give a shit. No, she's just, I never saw her photo, and I'm sure that she is pretty, and but she's disgusting and she's nasty, and I don't like what she did. She did stuff to like so many different guys. She did stuff to me. So I don't give a I mean, if you want to talk about like the other people that she did stuff to, I know about it. But she fucked with me for over a fucking year. So she can
What
go
did she
fuck
do?
herself.
What did she do? I mean, I should have saw it, you know.
Sound natural like sunflower.
Because she was so jealous of me because like whenever
Like chat attention.
she was so jealous of me, so every single thing that I said, it was, oh, Melody's disgusting, oh, she's gross, oh, Melody uses a glass dildo, oh, Melody
I
wants to
know
fuck.
that's exciting. That's really exciting.
She was gross and disgusting towards me, and it was because she was jealous because I was friends with what's it, and that's where it stemmed from. She was,
Well, you know, Melody, I've seen you from a newbie to basically you heard what I called you a couple of times, Queen Melody the First, because there is this whole thing about what it was about being top chick, you know, in space chat. There was a thing, but I don't get involved with cat fights, you know. But there is a thing, you know.
I backed down at first just because I was so new in there. And I kind of I didn't think that it was that big of a deal to talk about like sex toys.
Yeah.
Apparently it is. so I made a name for myself, like pretty much like straight out the game.
All right. I'm going to shut up so JT can interject.
I was gonna, whenever we had a break, I was gonna see what JT has to say about anything here.
Oh no, I'm just listening. So it's
JT has something to say.
no, I really don't. I was just listening.
I'll say this: when it comes to Star, I'm not generally the type to harbor or allow emotion to like override logic, so to speak. And as a result, I'll just tell you honestly, I think that she's a deplorable human being. I think that she lacks morality, and she uses people she manipulates people, mainly men, for her own ends. However, I will have no problem having a conversation with her on here. In fact, I'm really curious to hear what she would say in defense of what she's done. Like, just out of curiosity.
So this is what I know about this.
She's too afraid though, Trobs. She's too afraid. She won't, because I would love to go like head to head with that bitch. I would love to, and I've even.
Well, to me, it's not a fight. I just want to analyze. Actually, is a better way of putting it. I want to take what I think I know about her and see if she will continue to manipulate things in her favor now, even after things are done.
She will. So what she'll do is she'll play like the victim card, and she'll pretend like she's, oh my gosh, no, but so many bad things have happened to me, and please feel sorry for me, and just like starshine. Trust me.
She's gotten on my nerves before.
That's how she does it. And
I believe you're right, but I want to have it here live. It's so much better, and I can actually point to things and have timestamps and go, "This is evidence of this," and then I'll just it just works.
Her so long even to but for her to even like talk to anybody, it took her so long. Up like even trying to do like chat hangouts with me. And I ended up stopping it. I was about to start talking to her, but then I realized that would probably be a bad solution because I know that she is good. She's really, really good at manipulating. Mm-hmm. And I know that I can be naive sometimes. And so I figured out like, oh my God, she's going to end up doing that to me. And so if I get on there and I start talking to her like on Hangouts, she's going to totally manipulate my ass and pretend like she's like this really good person, and everything was just all misconstrued, and everybody just they just don't stand her and just let's just cry about it and pretty much like
So,
Damn,
you're talking
you're a
about
good.
Star. What is her name?
You're a
Star
good
Child?
faker, man. You pulled the. Sorry to cut you off, JT, but you pulled the at the end. You're like, let's go, and I thought you were actually breaking down. I'm like, oh fuck.
well no that's because that's exactly what Star would do.
I know.
Is she would start crying like but anyway so yeah, all right, I'm done.
It sounds like this Star has quite a reputation, huh?
Oh, she's got a reputation, hun. Yep.
She
Sorry,
does.
I didn't mean to call you hun. That was weird.
But
But
she's good at manipulating people to be her cucks, for lack of a better word, and they'll white knight for her and defend her to the death.
oh
And
my god,
they're all being used. It's
Awesome.
sad.
Yeah, I see that dynamic a lot with a lot of different women and men on chat.
no, but
Very common dynamic.
she's rude.
It is, but trust me, she's next level. She's
Is it that bad? No,
she
what
is-
I heard about her, and she told me
They-
directly.
JT, she is next level. That like Trump is
So this
on
is the
a different level. Like she's not smart. She's not book smart at all. Like in the least. But that girl, manipulative. She is smart. She's good. She knows what she's doing.
like I say, when it comes to manipulating men online,
I got snubbed by. No.
I don't know. Like I say, I see a lot of women looking for the attention of men, various men online, like a collection of simps, basically, to, like you said, white knight for them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not something I haven't seen before. I never saw her in her prime doing this shit. I've only heard things. She's explained it to me. She's like, yeah, I used to be, I was a pretty big piece of shit when I was like, binging on alcohol for like during the pandemic. I was So she's like, yeah, I was a piece of shit, but I'm sober now. Basically, is the story I'm getting. I haven't seen her acting like that around. I've seen her around. I just haven't seen her doing that.
Right. This is just an opinion, but I personally think she's using that as another attempt to manipulate. And yes, alcohol does have an effect, but it's not true that alcohol just turns you into a different person. It actually just kind of makes you more yourself in a way because you lose your inhibitions, if that makes sense. I mean, that's how I see it.
Right, but in her case, she was she's talking about drinking a bunch of alcohol because a bunch of
she was faking a shit ton of what she was doing on stream, not on stream, but on chat. A lot of it was fake bullshit just to get attention. She was faking that she was drunk, and she wasn't even fucking drunk. It was just to get attention. Trust me.
Right. So I can't speak for everyone, but I did have a private conversation with her where she did some really fucked up shit, and I'm not going to get into details because I don't think it's right to talk about someone that's a private conversation, if that makes sense. Even if I don't like them, I think it hurts trust for other people if you are willing to just let the air out of everything someone tells you privately, if that makes sense. But
I agree, it's important.
She was drunk. There's no way she was that good of an actor. So she might pretend like she's drunk sometimes, and then other times she actually is having a bender. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, both. But she
Probably.
knew how to use it to her benefit.
I think everything for her it all goes back to manipulation. I don't think she really has empathy, and it's possible, to be fair, that she went through some shit in childhood and that kind of destroyed it for her. I don't know.
Don't even get me started on that bullshit.
It's fine. Well, the truth is none of us really know for sure. So I say it's possible. And in any case, even if it is, you still take responsibility for your actions regardless. So yeah.
I don't know. Is she still doing this or is
I don't
she's
know.
still doing?
I don't know. I haven't been in contact with her for a while. I stopped talking to her for a bit and blocked her, but I haven't heard anything about her either. So I just brought it up because Andy brought her up and it reminded me, and I'm like, I'd like to get her on here to analyze her responses and see what she would say in defense of her behavior before, or if she would even defend it at all.
I mean, the way I've seen her defend it is basically like, hey, I'm not justifying myself, but yeah, I went through a lot of shit, and then I started binge drinking, and basically became a piece of shit. Now I'm sober. Basically, is the gist of it.
Okay. And it's possible she's changed, but in my experience, usually that's not the case. Usually, well, I hate to box her, but when I say people like her, it's like typical manipulative types, especially those with, she has borderline personality disorder, which is characterized by relationship issues. It's like the primary thing that's
Yeah,
like
no,
central in it.
BPD definitely giving strong BPD vibes. I
Yeah,
don't even know.
she's according to her been diagnosed, and that explains a lot. But sorry,
Yeah.
Melody, what?
No, it's just, but she also uses that for her charm.
That's true.
Well, that's the thing. People are using their disorders and their
So it's okay for my behavior to be this way because I have BPD. So she blames everything on her mental illness, on, oh, I'm sorry, I'm drunk. It's all like this huge manipulation tactic.
That's why I go back to you still take responsibility for your actions regardless.
Yeah, when people are using addiction or mental illness to justify themselves,
She uses all of it. She always did. And like, I mean, all of these on chat said that she was smart. I never saw that girl. I have never seen that girl be smart like one time. She didn't even know how to fucking write a sentence. I mean, I don't sound like I'm very smart right now, but I'm just telling you straight up, like I've never seen anything like intellectual come out of that brain of hers ever. So what people said that why she was smart or how she was smart.
Well, I think a lot of people tend to associate manipulation with like intelligence.
That's true.
And really, a lot of times you don't have to really be overly intelligent to be manipulative. You just have to lack any kind of like moral standards, basically. Like you just don't give a fuck about people, basically.
Well, it's the same issue where people conflate knowledge and intelligence. They're two very different things, and you can learn to be manipulative. That's just knowledge. And over time, you can become adept at it, and it doesn't necessarily mean you're an intelligent human being. They're two entirely different things.
Yeah, like I think they're oftentimes conflated with one another. Like, oh, somebody who's manipulative is intelligent. Not necessarily, no.
Yeah, I agree. But again, I say the same thing about knowledge in general. Like people, like for instance, they'll look at like academic success as evidence of intelligence. When I won't say that
absolutely, education and intelligence are completely different.
They are, and I won't say that they're not related, but they're definitely not direct. It's not.
There's no direct correlation between intelligence and education.
Exactly, but people make it as if there is. Like all intelligence is your accumulated knowledge. That's stupid.
Well, no, all right. What they're considering intelligence.
Hello, Justin.
JT's everywhere.
I am everywhere. Yes.
So the thing is, this is my opinion. I'm not smart enough to talk to anyone, but here's my opinion. I think this is the internet, and I think that you only know someone in person. So you don't really know. You just to make assumptions. Sometimes you speak the truth. Sometimes you make assumptions, but you don't really know someone in the internet. So it's because people play. So sometimes they play character. They pretend to be someone they're not. So this is my opinion. You don't really know because this is the internet, man. Come on, you just know someone personally, so don't take this seriously.
I agree with all that, but I will say the way somebody behaves on the internet is indicative of something about their character.
Yes, I'll say the same thing about trolls, because a troll will oftentimes use, it's a joke, but I will put, there's a reason why you use that specific technique or you're joking about that specific topic. It still reflects on your personality, even if you're trying to use humor as like, oh, it's just a joke. No, it still means something, especially if it's constant.
Yeah, no, whether
But
you're
do,
playing a
but do
character
you
or being
believe that?
serious or
But
not.
but do you believe that the people that they can have a multiple, more than one personality? You know, because this is just. I think I don't take everything seriously because I think this is just the internet and the people and they think you can play a character. You
I
know.
think it depends on the person for one. And also you can use context to tell whether or not you believe like people's actions and words line up. You can
Yeah.
also the more like voice and even videos even better. You have more data to analyze on a person. Like for me, you can look at my facial expressions. For you guys, I can hear your vocal tone, and that gives you indications of like how that person is. That stuff, in my opinion, you can trust, at least if you're fairly adept at gauging it.
Unless
So
they're faking that too, which can.
yes, but it takes, in my opinion, it takes someone really, really good to never show a crack in their armor, so to speak. To just be like I use this for Donald Trump, and I'm not trying to turn this into a political thing, but a lot of people think that a lot of people think he's a genius, and I'm like, if that were the case, he has been in the
No, he's not.
spotlight
He's not.
his entire
He's
life,
not.
right?
No,
That means he's been
he's not.
pretending to be a moron his entire fucking life, and no, he can't do. No one can do that.
No, man.
So
No, man.
I
For
think
what I saw, the politic in the USA, in Brazil, is just a joke. You know, they don't have the intellect. You know, they should be more qualified. You know, for to be a politician to govern a country. You know, because I think this is just a joke. You
well,
know what they
in the United
say
States,
and
apparently,
everything.
all you just need to be a celebrity, and you're good to go. Like you don't need any sort of like learning on politics or be like a constitutional scholar or anything. Like you just it's terrible in my opinion. And it's not just about Donald Trump. It's all together. Like I think Reagan was similar. He was an actor,
Exactly.
wasn't he?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
It's and it's
Yeah.
sad. It's like it I know why, because people distrust politicians, and I get that. But the answer is not. I always use this analogy. It's like if you go to a fucking dentist and they have a like a degree in chiropractic. Like it makes no fucking sense. Like I get if you don't trust them, but the answer is not to go to someone who has absolutely no knowledge of what they're trying to do at all. It's
That's
crazy.
exactly what I think. And do you think there's really a democracy in the U.S.? Do
No.
you really
I
think
don't believe
that exists?
Well for one, they don't even claim it's not even like on paper. It's not even directly a democracy. It's a constitutional republic, and that's
Yes.
different. So we have people that we elect, and those people basically represent us. It's not exactly democracy, but it's sort of a form of democracy in a way. But I don't even think we have that, because look at it. It's not like our two people that we're running right now as an example, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. I do not, well, I know that they're not like the chosen people of everyone. What happens is the DNC and the RNC make choices. You have to choose between those two. It's the illusion of choice. It's bullshit. We don't have
Yeah, the
democracy.
Exactly.
bipartisan system.
I
Yeah, the
agree with
bipartisan
you.
system is completely fucked. Giving people two
Yeah,
choices, it's obviously a
exactly.
lot more complex.
And it's that's the thing. They're not even really chosen. It's like we have to choose between the two because a third party has never won and will probably never win. Not in the system we have now. So it's like all you have to do is if you're like a big time like corporate executive and you want to have your way at the expense of the people, throw money at both of them. You're good. You're covered.
Anyway, it's even though it's much better than my country because my country they are governed by tyrants, oligarchs, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and they don't give a shit about the democracy or anything. It's just corruption and social inequality, and we have a lot of social economic problems. So They were just communist, pretended to be Democrats, you know. So I don't really care. It's just a politic in my country. It's just a joke. So I don't really care, you know. And I wanted to congratulations, Melody, for being so beautiful and hot.
Okay. Thank you, Destiny. You're really sweet. I don't really know what to say to that, but
You're welcome, sweetie. You are really beautiful. You are a really beautiful woman.
thank you. I appreciate
You're,
that.
you're welcome. You're welcome.
She wants some pictures, Melody.
Well, I had well, my photo was up on Will's stream like 2 nights ago. So, oh my God.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You look
Uh,
beautiful
it was
without makeup, waking up. You are beautiful. It doesn't
JT.
matter.
JT got all over my ass about it. He's like, Melody, that's
Did I just say? I think I just said what most people were thinking. Yeah, you know how it is. No, I mean, let's be
All right,
honest. You
all
wouldn't
right.
give it in the picture.
I have to go. Take care, guys. Have a
Take
good
it
time.
easy. Thanks
all right,
for
take
coming.
care of yourself, Destiny.
Thank you so much. Bye.
But yeah, let's be honest. You wouldn't give it in the picture if you didn't think he was going to.
Yeah,
He's really ready to show your ass picture too, which I'm sure
I
don't know if you're ready or not.
So what you're saying is he was blackmailing?
Blackmail?
No.
No. She wanted him to do it. It's not
Oh,
it's like
He didn't.
it's like
He didn't.
her basically advertising herself without doing it herself. Like, you know, while pretending to like
yeah.
make a little coy about it, you know?
I see what you're
Which
saying.
I respect the game, you know. I guess. You
To
know.
me, like I have no problem with it, and most men would disagree, but it honestly is like the opposite effect for me. It's not attractive, but it's just my own personal opinion. And also, if a woman is too, I'm sort of conservative in this regard. If a woman is too open sexually, then it's like it takes away from the private aspect. As in, like, if you ever imagined yourself with that particular woman, then there's less. How do you put it? There's less reward in a way because it's not special. It's not for you. You know what I mean? So it's like it's kind of it's not my thing, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So when he's imagining himself with you, he's imagining all the other guys doing that too.
But I didn't send the photo to anybody else.
No, I know that. I know that. You sent it to the guy who you knew would brag about it and show your picture out there, which is fine. You know, I'm not hating on it, Melody. It's just, you know, it is.
But I didn't send it to anybody else. I only sent it to him. So that was it. So it's not
You know
like
Will Durant. You know he was bragging about you like you're his e-girlfriend or something. He was toting you around, and you were smiling, and it made you feel good, and it was nice. And that's fine,
No, but you know what though? But JT, I didn't like the fact that it was completely like focused on breasts like the other night. I thought it was gonna be my full silhouette and it was just like my fucking tits. And I'm like, God damn it.
I know. Well, let's be honest. He didn't have
I
to picture
got
your face.
I got on to him about that because I didn't
Did
because
you
like
give him a little? You give him a little talking to, a little slap on the wrist.
I told him kind of embarrassing because
So-
it kind of made me feel weird a little bit.
Well,
But
you know,
it's all-
it's nothing to feel weird about. I mean, honestly, let's just say if I was a female giving my pics to somebody like Will Durant, you know, I don't know any nice way to say this, but it wouldn't be a good look on me. You know, I would feel like it would reflect a certain amount of, I don't know. Like I say, you know, one of the first things I asked you was very triggering. I think one of the first things I ever asked you or said to you was like, have you
Well,
ever been-
just so you know, like the whole CB thing, that's complete bullshit, by the way.
Oh, the CB?
Yeah.
CB.
Yeah.
I don't know what I saw. Maybe they were fake, but I don't know what she showed
I
me.
looked I looked it up. I looked up what she said, like this name that she said was on TikTok, and I looked this person up, and no, that's not Will.
Who was she? Did I don't know who she was DMing then, because it had the name Eric and then his last initial. So I don't know who that was.
No, and it so and it had like the glasses, but no, that's not him. And I even sent it to him today, and I said, "Hey, so is this you? This is what CB said that you guys were cybering."
So this Patrick guy, is he just like some kind of low tier troll that just is like a one hit wonder? What's his deal?
He likes to focus on like pure negative interaction. I think it's like a source of insecurity. I think he feels insecure, so he feels more manly if he attacks people, especially those who disagree with him. But I was actually going to mention that, but I didn't have an opening. He said, "T-Robs, you and JT very boring, so predictable." And to what I'll say with that, it's highly subjective. A lot of people, you're interested in different things, but. And I'm not trying to toot anyone's horn, but JT and I, while we disagree on many things, we tend to we view deeper things than a lot of people are interested in. We're not interested in just like typical trash fire shit, like stupid, retarded crap.
That's boring.
So I am polite. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's subjective. I'm politely trying to say, Patrick Rowe, you have the intellectual capacity of a vegetable, and that's why we bore you. I'm sorry.
Basically, the shit's
Damn.
not low. Yeah, it's not lowbrow enough to keep you.
Damn, you just handed it to him, Charles.
Well, I'm not trying to hand it to him, so to speak. I'm just kind of like it. I'm explaining it honestly, like that. That's
That was a
in my
very
opinion,
formal way of saying you're too stupid to find any value in any of the shit we're saying.
Yeah. That is what I'm saying, but I'm trying to do so in a somewhat polite way. But I believe that it's true, though. I'm not just attacking randomly. I do.
I'm like Rob in a lot of ways, but I'll just say it directly in a way that you'll understand.
Right.
Yeah, you're about as direct as they come, JT. Rob,
No, a lot of people don't like that, but it's just how
you guys are both like on the same wavelength whenever it comes to that, where you just like which
we're losing you.
I find it humorous, and I know you guys can both be kind of like dicks sometimes, but I don't know, I find it humorous and kind of fun.
I know you were off put because I think one of my first, and a lot of times it's about what first impressions, right? So I make sure to make I think it's like kind of funny when I come off with some crazy first impression, like just to see how the person is. So I know I think one of my first interactions with you was something really crazy. I think I asked you if you were S8. And I didn't ask it for no reason. There was a reason.
Fucking
yeah, you remember that?
Biggest dick move ever, and I will not ever forget that. Like, what the fuck, JT?
I know, but there was a reason I asked that. I didn't just randomly ask girls.
Why? And I still want to know why.
No, and I figured this would be a good time to bring that up. No, because see.
Okay.
And it's nothing bad about you. Trust me, I'll never judge you about your sexuality or anything that you do. No, it's nothing like that. But I see these things like, typically when girls are acting more provocative with men, with a lot of different, a lot of times that can be indicative of some sort of sexual trauma early in their life. Not saying that it was, but
there is a correlation for sure.
No, there is, and I don't.
What's up, Charles? How's it going?
How did this guy get in here?
I allow pretty much.
I judge everybody.
No, but does that make sense now why I asked that?
Well, now I understand.
I judge Melody as a hot piece of ass.
No, my thing is if you're an attractive woman, but you don't need
what
the
is the topic? What is the topic tonight, bro?
We don't have a structured topic. It's just whatever the fuck right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, yeah. But no,
Probs.
No, yeah, I'll just wing it.
Probs, can I try to open up a topic, please?
Go ahead. Well, hold on.
What do you think? What do you think about this thing in California where Newsom kind of, I think he outlawed memes? What's your opinion on that?
Outlawed memes? What the fuck?
Dude, Google it real quick.
Hold on. This doesn't sound right. If that's true, that is.
But no, Melody. And again, it's nothing against you personally. I like
To
you.
be honest, bro, I didn't come here for any topic at all. I didn't.
No,
that
I was not essayed as a young individual. I think so with me, I've always been like, I used to be like super like really 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 shy, and I think that that was kind of like my opening to where people would kind of accept me, was just because I figured out finally that I was kind of like pretty, and so that was kind of the inference with that. But no, I was not sexual as a child. No.
and if you were, is that necessarily something you'd open up about on a live panel?
It depends on you. Some people would.
I would.
A lot of people have with me, but not everyone will do that, for obvious reasons.
I would tell you. No, I wasn't. But that's just kind of like how I don't. It's a little bit more complicated than that. But I was always like really really shy, and
Well, I feel like maybe you feel like you've been suppressed, or maybe in a way, I don't know. I really don't know you too well, but like you sound like you started to take this sexuality as like a sense of empowerment or something like that, like to receive attention from men.
yes,
Yeah, something like that, right?
yes.
But I think it's more empowering for a woman to not seek after the attention of men. I think you're in some way giving them your power when you do that.
Well,
because the kind of men that you're attracting they don't really, how to put it, like, kind of like what Rob was saying earlier. Like, it's not the kind of girl you'd take home to your mother. Like, it's kind of like you got. Rob, I don't know if you want to interject on this. Maybe you could say it better.
No,
I'm trying to not be.
I'm going to have something to say.
I understand.
Well, we're jumping topics a lot here, so
A
we'll
lot.
come back to this. I want
What is
to go
the
back.
topic? I don't know.
Well,
There's
hold
no
on.
topic.
I'm about to bring it back up. Andy brought up the
All right,
topic a moment ago,
Bring it up.
and Andy, I wanted to actually give it its due diligence. So what I've been able to find so far on the whole meme deal, it's not correct to say that they banned memes. He specifically made it illegal to use deep fakes or some sort of digitally altered content in election campaigns. And honestly, I don't have a problem with that. I don't see it as like an infringement on free speech or anything, because when you use like digital manipulation to affect elections, you're kind of lying to people in a way, and you're artificially changing the results, if that makes sense, in my view. But we can disagree on that. But from what I've been able to look up, that's what it says. It's not he banned memes.
I haven't looked into it, Trobs. I'll accept that. But the whole thing about lying, I don't know about that, And big deal if I put Kamala, and it's not a big deal if Kamala gets her head stuck on top of a donkey.
If that's all it is, I wouldn't care, me personally. But see, the way it's worded could be bad, because it could infringe on free speech if you just use it for that, like the example you just gave. That's retarded. But if they're specifically like if they're using Kamala and having her like in a video say something that she didn't say, that's a problem. Like,
yeah, I would agree with that, of course.
And I would say the same thing about Trump, by the way, if
Of
someone were
course.
doing the same thing to Trump. But I would say it's overreach if they're like the example you just gave, if they would shut down because they put a donkey head on Kamala.
As you interpret it, would me putting Kamala face on a donkey be, illegal?
I don't know. I don't know the details. So
It's a little, isn't it a little kind of sketchy territory?
mhm. It's definitely dangerous. It's a when it comes to anything involving like freedom of expression or freedom of speech, it's always sketchy territory. Always.
Right. All right, Cops, look, let me say something real quick. As as far as like Melody and sexuality, Melody has a good job. Melody has a 401k. She has retirement. She has the capability of going on vacation. Melody's a good catch. And above and beyond, she's a good looking chick and she has a fucking future. She's one of the only people in chat I know I can say these things about. Melody can pick and choose who she chooses to fuck. She doesn't have to be desperate.
Thank you.
Which is kind of to my point. She doesn't need to be
Thank
advertising
you.
herself to
Thank
various
you, Andy.
men.
No,
to
Melly
receive
is a good person,
value.
especially her. She's
And if I
beautiful, she's intelligent. There's a lot
my
that's going on with
then
Melody. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Melody,
I mean, you got
she's
somebody
very
like Will
cool.
Durant bragging about
And
jerking off to
Well,
you on a
hold-
live stream.
Hold on just a second. It's like everybody's talking about Melody,
Right.
and Melody herself is trying to talk, and people like
Oh, yeah,
let,
no,
let
you're right.
Melody
You
talk
got
for a
Vader
second.
let
and then
Melody talk.
Andy.
Let Melody talk 1 second. Yeah.
I was just gonna say thank you, Andy, for saying that, because that is true. I mean, I do save up my money. I do have a good job. I'm not just like out there like flaunting myself like constantly. Just I've bought things recently just because I'm going to this festival. And you know what? If I want to flaunt my sexuality, then that's for me to do, and that's not for you. You
Mm.
know what? Fuck off. And you know what? If I still look good, then bam, bitches, I'm gonna show it off. Good.
And that's right. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck the haters. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the haters. And anybody thinks differently about Melody, I always find her to be attractive. And not only attractive, she's very smart and intellectual and everything that she. There's a lot that's going on with Melody. You know what I'm saying? I haven't gone there yet.
You
know what I'm
haven't
saying?
gone there yet? Well, you're never gonna go.
I
Well,
haven't.
she
talked-
doesn't
you know what I'm
need
saying? I haven't
him.
like had. I haven't talked to you yet. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah. I don't know.
The
You have
point is, she doesn't need Sims to hype her up or glaze her for her to have value, and that's the whole point. Like, I feel like she's.
But
using
this is what I get.
sexuality
Well, this is what I get off of. You know what I'm saying? Like Melody has always been like that. Yeah. So
well, the thing is that whenever it comes to having a job, it also depends on how you want yourself, like in a way, especially like I know that I'm a good looking female, and so I have a certain power in that. So you know what? I'm gonna fucking use it. If you don't like it, then that's your fucking problem. Because
Pussy power exists.
Simp
Yeah,
simp power exists. Yeah, it wouldn't exist without simps, but yes, it does. It is really a thing. And I understand using your sexuality as as a form of empowerment, but
No.
the kind of guys you're gonna draw in with that are not.
That's what I was going to say. Maybe JT and I agree with this. It is true that you hold a certain amount of power when you employ those sort of tactics, but it's not true that you're not pulling in. I guess, in my own personal words, quality.
Men that respect you.
You
Sorry,
can't. You can't pull quality that way, because it's the opposite. Men who are quote quality, and that's subjective.
Look, a man's not going to respect a woman who.
No, and that's completely true. That's legit. Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%. I'm just saying that I have used my sexuality at times, not sexuality because that sounds really gross and yuck, but being a woman and being an attractive, I have used it like at my job at sometimes, like whenever there's like a really, really like heavy piece of equipment that I need to be moved, then I'll just say, "Can you help me?" And yeah.
That's normal behavior. It's normal behavior.
I don't see anything wrong with that personally.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
That's normal. Giving your ass cheeks to Will Durant to jerk off to on a live stream and brag about is different. You know what I mean?
Okay. You know what?
Wait,
Yeah.
wait 1 second. JT, you need to calm down, bro. Forget about Will
I'm
Durant.
very
Forget
calm,
about
always.
Will Durant. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it
Well,
comes
that
to
was just
Melody,
sexual.
there's a difference.
I
I like Melody.
did.
Let's not get it
He's
twisted.
he,
Hey
hold
there,
on,
be a
hold on.
little more polite, bro.
Hold on. He's not attacking anyone. He's using an example to explain how he feels about the topic. And here on this stream, you can say what you want. And by the way, Melody can defend herself, and I don't think she feels attacked right now.
You're right. Like,
No, I'm not.
I mean, at the end of the day, is her opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's,
No,
No,
like I
I'm-
said, I'm not trying to attack Melody. I like Melody, but I will be honest. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
If I picture out the me, I'm gonna jerk off to it, then that's what I do. You know what? And if you want to judge me on that, then go ahead. That's your right, and I really don't give two fucks.
No, I'm not judging you, and I couldn't hear the first thing you said. She's breaking up, or is it me?
Oh, am I breaking up again?
Intermittently.
there was like a wind blowing for some reason. I don't know.
Okay, I just said that if I want to send a picture out to somebody and they want to jerk off to it, then that's
Then
their
it's her.
prerogative,
It's her.
and I don't
Exactly.
see that there's anything wrong with that.
Want a jerk off picture, please?
It doesn't make her a simp or anything like that. That's what she does, bro. It's like,
No, she wouldn't be the simp in that case. No. Will Durant would be.
I don't see what the harm in it is. Like, what's the big freaking deal?
There's no harm in it. I mean, I'm not saying it's harming you.
It's not a bad thing. As far as trying to say, it's like it's
I don't see
not.
fucking
Whatever
deal.
she has to do, I
Like,
mean, it's her body. You know what I'm saying? She could do whatever she wants with her body. That's her. You know?
I chose to send a few pictures, and I'm happy with what I did. And if you want to judge me about it, then that's not my problem. That's your problem.
No, I'm not judging you. I really don't care what you do with your, with your pictures. It's really got nothing to do with me. I don't know if Probs understands what I'm saying, but I think I was pretty clear about what I said. I don't know.
I think I understand. We see things very similarly here, and I don't see it as a personal attack. I think he's using this example, as I said, as a way to talk about a broader topic and like psychology in general and how you're perceived. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how I'm taking it. And I could be wrong. I don't want to speak for anyone, but that's how I see it.
I don't think somebody like Will Durant actually respects women. I think he
Mhm.
uses them and objectifies them to receive, I guess, praise from other people on the internet. But I think he actually respects them. I don't know. It doesn't come off to me like somebody who actually respects women. Does a woman
Hey,
respect?
JT,
I don't know.
That
know if he.
is, that
I don't know
is,
if he respects
that's
me
his
or
opinion.
not, but that was my choice.
Yeah.
JT, can I ask you a quick question, please?
So.
I couldn't hear Melody's response, but yeah, you can.
Oh,
Hey,
I did.
JT. Oh, Melody, let me ask JT a question real quick, please.
I would love to ask more questions about
JT, do you think there are what I call picture collectors in chat? People that, that's their win. Like, oh, I have this picture. Oh, I got a boob picture. I got a, this, that, and the other. I call them picture collectors. And that's like I guess they gain value in themselves collecting pictures.
Yeah, I do. And I think Will Durant's one of them.
I don't know the dude, but that's Melody. I love your style, baby, but be careful with them pics.
Okay.
No,
I don't really mind.
Just be careful, baby.
Okay. Do you want me to send them to you instead, Andy?
I like how she's like,
Melody, I have feelings for you in the wrong way. I can't.
What, you don't send you some pictures?
No, don't send them. Just put them on Facebook. And look, Melody, I'm going to tell y'all all something. I've never jerked off to a chat chick once.
Why
I don't
not?
believe that. I'm sorry, I don't believe that.
well, I don't count. I'm a dude, so
You don't have the right pictures then. Maybe you need to get one of mine.
Hey, Vader, do you think I jerk off the hype?
Vader?
I
Long
mean,
pause.
this is my honest opinion. Like, Melly has free will. I mean, she's free to do whatever she wants. You know what I'm saying? Whatever she needs to
I
do
feel
with
like
her
my point
body.
is
It
constantly.
doesn't matter about anybody's opinion. Whatever she does, it matters to her. Whatever between Melly and Will, it's just Melly and Will, and fuck everybody else. You know what I'm saying? That's the best
Well,
way I can describe it. It's like,
I can agree with you, but I don't
right?
think anyone is
So,
saying differently. No one's saying that she can't do what she wants.
Vader's
They're
such a
just saying
scam.
they're just, they're
Ugh.
just saying it's indicative of certain personality traits and that it can be negative at least in certain ways. Like
But no,
that's
Sim
it.
Squad is all.
yeah,
Sim
but there's
Squad is
gonna be
always
people
here for
like they
damage
think
control.
differently. You know what I'm saying? They think differently. Like, oh, okay, this is what she's doing. It looks bad, but to me, it's not. You know what I'm saying? She has the
Sim
right to do
Squad.
whatever she wants.
But
Nobody
So
says
yeah,
Vader, you'd be
nobody
cool with
argues
me
she doesn't
jerking
like
off the hype.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't think
if
my
you want to
argument was
jerk off,
ever does she have the right to do this or not. Was that ever
jerk
my
off to
argument?
whomever you want to.
I jerk
Come on,
off.
answer me, Vader. Tell me it's okay if I jerk
No,
off the
my
hype.
point is, it's indicative of a
I would
woman
have to
who.
say it's not right. I would have to say it's not right for you, Andy. Because I find it weird.
You're a
Like,
hypocrite, then.
just this is
Okay.
the reason. I believe the reason why is because you're more attracted to women, right? Because Hypatia is as trans. She's a trans. So I don't know. It depends on whatever you favor, Andy. If you like trans, I mean, yeah, it's up to you. I'm saying it's up to you. Whatever you like, whatever you favor, whatever you like.
Hey, I met this new dude. What's his fucking name? His old lady's that chick Dot. What's his name?
Jarl Wigan.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I like Jarl because he can play guitar no matter what anybody says. I play it well enough that I can tell by what he plays what he can play. But it doesn't matter. I like guitar players other than Rob Noxious. And Hype happens to be one.
Okay, so you know what? I'm not gonna buy any more short skirts anymore. Okay.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
That's your
No,
punishment,
I'm
Andy.
allowed
No more
to.
short skirts.
I knew that was coming. At the moment you said it, I'm like, here comes Andy.
No more bralettes because I was looking at bralettes and I was and no more panties.
Melody, you're gonna make me cry, baby.
No more.
Well, you guys are like you're like slut shaming me over here. So
Oh wait.
No, Melody, you're a successful woman that's in touch with her sexuality. You dress this way for a fucking concert. You wear fucking work clothes every day. Fuck.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, why can't I? Okay, so I'm gonna buy something that is going to be something that I normally would never, ever wear, but I'm gonna go to a festival and wear it. So why should I not flaunt myself there?
Maybe do you wear string bikinis?
So I can do that in person, but it's not okay for me to take a picture and send that to somebody. So how is this?
No one is telling you what it's okay
really
for you
seeing-
to do or not do. What I'm saying is, when you do that, it's not saying like it's not slut shaming you. It's just like you're not going to attract the kind of guys that actually respect women. You're attracting guys that love.
Melody, be careful with the pics, baby.
I will have to like.
Vader is a simp.
I would have to disagree with JT because here's.
Of course you would, because you are.
No, here's the thing. One second. I would have to disagree with you because the point is,
they're freaking pictures. And if I still,
you know what, I have to say is, yeah. Are you trying to say like the majority would disagree with like, okay, whatever Melody is doing?
Thank you, Wolfie.
I agree with Wolfie. Do what makes you happy. No one said not to.
Exactly. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Nobody
But
said not to.
but
I'm
this
not
is
saying
the thing. So to from what I've been able to see here so far, only myself and JT have said anything that could even be misconstrued as slut shaming. However, I've made it clear more than once that it's not, and it's not even specifically about Melody. It's talking about this specific sort of like tactics and behavior and how it can be considered negative, especially to certain types of people. Me, I can't speak for everyone, and you're absolutely welcome to have your opinion. But me personally, when like if I have a partner, for example, and they're wearing some like kinky shit or whatever, if it's behind closed doors, that's hot as hell. If it's in public, it's absolutely not hot as hell because then it's not exclusive. It's not special. It's you're basically throwing your shit out for anyone and everyone. It's kind of demeaning in a way. And to me, and I wouldn't say this is the case for everyone because many would make the case that it's the opposite. But to me, it's indicative of low self-esteem.
correct. I would agree with that. Now, I'm not. Does that make you a
You're
bad
right.
guy for saying that?
I disagree for a concert.
Yeah,
But it's your
concert's
girlfriend.
different.
It's your girlfriend. But yeah.
Conceptualization. No, I don't feel that way. I think it actually shows that you are proud of your body, and that if you feel like you look good, then why not? I'm not saying like do this at all times. I'm just saying at certain times, specifically for this scenario, then I think that it's fine to show your body off and to love your body and to just feel beautiful. And to me, I think it's also like camaraderie amongst females, just to me it's kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey,
and-
or new? What
I
about
would have to
chicks in
agree.
bikinis?
I have to
What
agree.
about
Yeah.
nude beaches?
I know, like what's the difference
Each
exactly?
person, for me, I can only speak for myself, but for me, each person's different. So
So, like,
the
you need-
fact that a woman's showing skin itself isn't that much. So what matters to me is my interpretation of why I think she's doing so.
Correct.
That's what matters. And so that's all I can really say. Like
Y'all are deep. Y'all are deep. I'm just worried about her ass.
Yeah.
exactly. That's the whole point we're trying to get across here. Is
it depends on where you're at and the circumstance. That I mean, yes, I can definitely understand that, because I mean, I'm not going to be showing my ass like if I'm at the fucking office at work. I mean, that would be stupid
There's
as
a dress
shit.
code. You can't do
But-
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So it's
Love a woman's ass in jeans.
If there was no dress code, women would be dressing all kinds of ways.
It de- Yeah, I understand. Yeah, Wolfie, yeah, I know. But I'm talking about like dressing for like certain circumstances. Like so if you're at the beach, you're going to be wearing a bikini. If you're at a festival, you're going to be wearing something maybe a little bit more scantily clad than you normally would. If I'm at work, I'm going to be wearing like jeans and a t-shirt. I'm not going to be like wearing a freaking bikini, obviously. Like that's so
hot. Jeans and a t-shirt can be so hot.
So
Andy, slow down, Andy.
Where you're at. What's going
on?
Yeah, I think me and Traub have a very different perspective than, say, Andy and Vader on this kind of topic.
Yes, and it's frustrating because I feel like I'll directly state what it is and what it isn't, and then people will just fucking straw man you and you're just what, insecure, or like you're just talking
glaze
shit.
right over
It has nothing to do.
I'm not saying any of that. I'm just telling Melody to be careful with her pictures. As far as her sexuality, fuck it, I like it.
But if she's willing to show it, then it doesn't
like,
matter.
I'm not sending nudes. I'm not sending nudes to anybody. Okay.
Nudes.
There's a difference.
Melody, there are some wackos. Even if you send them a picture, dude, I'm pretty sure there's dudes out there jerking off to these little circle pictures. If I had to make a
Andy,
guess,
for sure, Andy is one of those people.
The what
For sure,
pictures?
Andy's, yeah. That's not, I'm pretty sure Andy will steal your pictures, Melody. For sure. I guarantee you this.
Andy, do you want me to send you a picture?
Just
How
show,
often
just
do you
show.
make a
At
plane
least
and it just
give him,
stays
give
over?
him like
I'm gonna have to open up a burner email first.
Who's drunker?
No, I'm not.
Oh yeah. Okay, gotcha.
But
no,
here's
if
the
you
thing,
wanna-
Traps. Here's the thing, Traps. Because you're like saying like if it was your girlfriend, like there's a difference. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't have a boyfriend. So
Well,
like,
That's
see,
not what he's saying.
this is
He's not
this is the
saying that.
thing.
But
This is
but
the
he,
thing.
he said that he was like
No.
He didn't say that
Oh,
was his
okay.
girlfriend.
I'm
Okay.
saying that what you see here is indicative of their personality. So what I'm saying is, one, there's a massive correlation between a girl who is willing to show herself for personal gain or power or manipulation, and that woman being more likely than anyone else to cheat on you. 100% correlation there.
no, wrong.
There is.
There is
Okay.
actually
Well,
there's
I don't see any of that in Melody. I think y'all are going way too
I'm
deep.
I'm not
What he's saying,
talking
just-
about Melody.
just
Are you
right, he's
talking
not-
about me? Because
No.
not
No,
in
he's
No,
not.
he's not
He's
talking
not. He's
about
not talking about
that.
you.
He's talking
man.
about-
least.
Whoa.
That is not me.
This
What-
is why it's so difficult to have this
My
discussion.
God.
Everyone automatically like takes it as a personal attack, and
It's
That's not-
crazy. Like you
I
can't talk
know.
about normal
No,
things.
no,
like
yeah,
anything
he's not saying about you, Millie. He's not. So
Okay, you better not be, because that is like 100% not me at all.
I'm
Like
not saying it's you.
I've
No,
never
he's-
put on anybody in my life. So
and by the way, as what I said, it should have been obvious by the way I worded it. This is a big picture thing. This is not me saying this applies to every single female that engages in the behavior I just described. That's never true. It's a correlation.
just a
And
correlation.
And because there's a correlation, you don't have time to learn every little detail about every person. So we use stereotypes to filter. It's necessary. So to some extent, it is. It like, go ahead.
Well, it just because there's certain correlations between certain people that act that way doesn't mean it's with everyone. They're just saying that there are correlations. Like there's
Absolutely.
connections. There's associations between this behavior and this and this. And
Yes.
this. Like, there's always a reason why somebody's doing something.
Yes,
That's
no
what
one
he's-
does something just because. There's always a root to the behavior, no matter what it is. Always.
Right, and that I think that's more that's the kind of I think that's the side that me and Drobs are talking about, rather than like the Simps version where I just want to see her ass and tits and it's cool. like I mean that's cool, but the thing is like
Melody's more than a nice ass.
she is. My point is she doesn't need to show her ass for her to be anything more than she is already.
People don't need to wear a bikini, and in some places they don't wear a bikini. Women are fucking hot. Tall, thin women are hot. Fuck, dude. I don't care. I don't care what they wear.
well,
A hot woman
men
looks
you're gonna
good.
attract with that kind of behavior is men that basically objectify. It's not the kind of man that like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want that, that's fine, but it's like, you respect yourself. Why would you want that?
What man doesn't want an attractive woman?
I'm not talking about from the man's perspective. I'm talking about from the woman's perspective. Of course, men are going to go for that. That's why women do it.
Isn't it natural? Isn't that like, kind of natural for a woman to try to be attractive? Isn't that part of the breeding process for humans?
You don't just gauge whether or not someone's attractive. If so, something is wrong here. Like if that's your only measurement of whether or not someone is like material for you, is whether or not they're attractive, like something's wrong here. Like,
If you walk into a room, what's the first thing you would do if you walked into a room?
Hold on. I did not say that it's not important, and I also wouldn't say that it's not the first thing that you use.
Well,
Yeah.
let me.
I
I'm
would
just
say
saying.
that.
I'll,
It
I'll,
is.
I'll
Nobody-
tell you something that happened to me just like a few nights ago. Okay, so I have a yard. So I was wearing a tank top and some leggings, and I was out mowing the yard.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like guys like all around. Then they're not like staring, but you can tell that the guys are like starting to like come out of their townhouses and look at me. So am I just not supposed to like wear like a what I
Melody, you know how I feel.
Okay, yeah,
So-
no, those guys are not there to have a conversation with you. They're there to stare at you.
But I'm just saying, but you're telling me that every single thing that I'm wearing has
No,
some.
no. No one said
So, like-
that. And by the way, using the example you just gave, you're doing absolutely nothing wrong. So the only time when I would even be like suspicious or think that it's indicative of some sort of issue is if you're going out of your way specifically to show your body for that attention. And in the case you just gave, you're not doing that.
Right, correct.
So do you understand why that's not analogous to what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do understand that, but I'm also saying that it's so whenever if I'm at the beach or something and I want to wear a bikini, yeah, it's probably going to get me a little bit more attention than what if I was, at work and wearing like a jeans and t-shirt or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess I got. So that's probably not analogous either, but
It's not because everyone is doing so in that particular environment.
Right, the
So
context.
if you were to flip it and you were at work and wearing a bikini, that's different.
but
Like that.
but the exact same thing whenever I'm buying something to go to this festival, because that's what a lot of the women are going to be wearing. I mean, that's analogous to the situation that I'm going to. I
So
wouldn't bring that.
in that case, maybe it's not what I'm specifically referring to, but it also depends. I'm not in their head. Why are these other women doing that same thing? What's their intent? That's the question that needs to be answered here.
Look,
I mean,
when
not every single woman like wears like stuff like that, but I'm also going to be with other women and they're going to have my back. And so I don't see like what the freaking problem is.
Well, for one, I'm not saying it's a problem.
No, he never said. I guess I have a question. Are you for or against the objectification of women in their bodies?
I mean, if you want to be objectified, then
I'm
you can.
asking you, you're like for that or against that? You would describe yourself as like a feminist, right?
Yeah, I would say that I'm more like on the feminist. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't understand like the whole like feminist, anti-feminist thing. I don't know. People are so weird about that whole.
Well, it's because that word has a lot of meaning to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
Like,
got a lot of connotations, which I
Yeah.
definitely understand. But I mean, as far as I think like the whole issue that you guys are talking about is just me sending out photos. But if
no.
it's be photos, it's not.
Well, no. Now we're just asking. Like, I'm just asking a question. Like, do you support or are you against the objectification of women in their bodies?
No, of course, no. I don't think that women should be objectified on their bodies.
By men, right? They should not be
not.
objectified. Their bodies should not be objectified by men, right? They shouldn't carry themselves as objects for men, right? It's degrading, right? Would you say it is, or
I'm not saying that it's degrading. It depends on each individual woman and what they want for themselves. Now, if they want to be objectified by men, then that's their choice. I most certainly, I mean, I don't now in certain circumstances, like I'm telling you about, like me buying this clothing. Yeah, apparently I might get objectified, but it's not, but everybody else, it's in that same scenario, not scenario, that's not the correct word, but I'm going to be around other people that are going to be dressing in the same manner. So it's not that big of a deal. It's going to be more of people saying, "Oh my gosh, like your costume is so freaking cute. Like where did you get that?"
yeah, it's appropriate for the setting that you're at. You're at a festival. People dress festive. Totally understand.
Right. Exactly.
Just like, yeah, you wouldn't dress like that at work, or everybody, you dress for the setting.
Yeah,
where
I'm
you're
not
at.
gonna wear a fucking bikini at work. Right, exactly.
Yeah, no, you're not going to be wearing the clothes that you're going to wear at a festival at work. Yeah, I get that. Totally get that.
Well, it
No,
depends where you work
I'm
at.
asking is like,
Like,
do you believe it's okay on the men's part? I'm not asking about the women, but is it okay for men to objectify women? Do you think it's their choice, or do you think it's not okay?
Well, it's not my choice for a man to. That's for.
No, I'm not
I,
saying it's your choice. I'm saying, do you
I'm
think it's
inside of
good or not? Do you
his head.
agree with it or not?
No, I'm not inside of a man's head, so I can't tell him like what he's thinking or not. I mean, a
Do
man.
you believe it's appropriate for men to objectify women's bodies
Um,
or see them as objects?
no, of course not.
Do you think it's appropriate for a woman to objectify herself to men?
I think a woman can do whatever the fuck she wants to.
So it's not appropriate for a man to objectify a woman, but it's okay for a woman to objectify herself. You see
A
what I'm
man
saying?
to see a man is going to objectify a woman if he wants to, regardless of what she's wearing. That's what his mindset is. Okay, I mean, if she's wearing a burqa and that turns him on, then yeah, she's going to be objectified, even though all that they can see is a fucking set of eyes.
That's true. That's true, but you have to admit that there are obviously, like, take a person with like a sweater on and like extremely, like, you have to admit that there's a difference in level of objectification or likelihood of objectification with that than, say, a woman who's like wearing a skirt where literally, like, you can almost see her freaking clit hanging out, and like she's just literally got like a thin strap over her boobs or something. You have to admit there's a difference there, and it's gonna.
It's not fucking hanging out, so I don't think.
Well, hold. You're going back. You're going back to feeling like I'm attacking you. I'm not talking about you. We're talking about this topic in general. In order to kind of get to a sort of understanding is what I'm trying to do anyway. So I'm not talking about you.
Okay.
But you have to admit that there's like a spectrum. And sometimes, and by the way, I'm not one of those extreme crazy fucks that are like, she had it coming when a girl gets raped or something. I would never fucking say something like that. But you have to admit that sometimes women cater toward, they know that certain things are going to get them more attention than others. And that is, it's objectification for one, and it's inviting objectification more. And that's kind of like, that's where we get into the psychology of it and how it's like, it's not simple. Like, everybody wants to make it like, okay, you do this, you wear this, no big deal, that's just what you like. No, everything you do, everything you wear, everything you say happens for a reason. And all I'm saying is, in general, not you, in general, usually it's a bad reason when I see that, and I avoid people like that for that exact reason.
I think it's really nice whenever women try to present themselves nicely. I know a lot of people on chat say, "Oh no, I don't like women that wear makeup. I think that's weird," and which I don't really understand, because I like to present myself as I want to look prettier. I want to look prettier than I am without makeup. I want to present myself as a person that looks good. I mean, I don't get jeans that make myself look frumpy. I don't want to look like a piece of shit. So I don't see like what the issue is.
But all I'm saying is it all goes back to intent. That's what matters.
I don't think he's saying it's an issue.
Andy cracks me up. They make look good. Okay. So 504's got some nut hugger 511s.
Send me a
I think what he's
picture.
saying is, when people do, when women or when people do certain behaviors, there's always like a general association that people make with that, or like a
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, if I want to look extra pretty, then I put in the effort.
That's basically all I'm saying. And when things go to an extreme, I guess in my view, it's subjective. When I see it as an extreme, like actually, there's a girl that I could use an example that I dated, and very bad situation. It turns out she was actually an actual prostitute, but very long story. But let's say she would show herself to an extreme degree, and it wasn't about empowerment. It wasn't about sexual liberation. It was advertisement. That was it. Now, when you're with someone, that what you want is for them to shut off their advertisement, not because you're insecure or anything, but because why would you be trying to advertise when you're in a committed relationship with one individual? I mean, it's like I shouldn't need to explain this. I feel like
no, and she's like, well, I'm single, so that doesn't apply to me, right? So
I agree. I agree. If I'm in a committed relationship, then I have that discussion with my partner, and we kind of discuss on, okay, so is this okay with you? Is this not okay with you? Do you I mean, I don't want to have complete approval of some guys like, okay, no, you can't wear this, no, you can't wear that. But I want to have some sort of consensus on what they deem that they're okay with me to wear, especially like if it's on a special occasion or something like that. Then it's definitely something that I would talk to you about with my partner. That's the way it works.
well, that's one thing. People look for partners, and even like subconsciously before they're actually with them. If you present yourself in a certain way, you're not going to get the attention in the first place, and you're only going to attract very specific types of people.
That's
when you're
probably
showing
Okay.
that's probably
you're
why I
showing-
Are my shoulders like too kinky for you, Andy?
that's probably why I don't attract anybody, because all I wear is like jeans and t-shirts. So I'm pretty boring, like in what I wear.
Okay, that's
I
fair.
I don't know that top that you were wearing for the one that Will was showing off.
Oh, well, yeah, but I put that on at home because I was thinking about wearing that to the festival. But obviously, I took that back to UPS today.
No. That's I mean I can understand
Wait a
wearing that
second.
at a fest.
Why'd you take it back? Why did you take it back?
because the armholes didn't work. I would have had to cut off my elbows to get into them. I mean, I'm not even kidding you. I mean, it looked kind of cute, but I'm gonna have to get something different. But that's the look that I'm going for, is something close to that. But that's just for this festival, so it's not that big of a freaking deal.
No, I get it. You're not. I imagine you're not walking around showing your tits. Like
No, fuck no.
Of course not. Of course
no,
not.
but my thing is like you're showing it to a guy like Will Durant, which I'm not judging you. I'm not, absolutely not. I'd be the last person to judge you about anything. But you got to understand the way it's perceived, or the way it can be perceived. And the way it can be perceived is it's like, hey, a girl showing her tits to Will Durant for him to jerk off to on a live stream and brag about. It looks insecure. It looks, and I'm saying how it comes across. It may not come across that way to everyone, but it can come across as like, hey, this girl's coming across as insecure, or
I know. Yeah. Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I know it did. But
And I think you're above that. I don't think you need to do that. I mean, it's your choice if you want to, but you got to understand how it comes across. And I don't think that's necessarily the way you want it to come across. I don't know.
well,
I don't know.
Guys, we got like 9 minutes. I'm like an hour and a half past the time I usually go. I got like wrapped into a conversation,
Ugh.
but we need to wrap up here.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not judging you. I'm not slut shaming you. I wouldn't do that.
No,
Never.
I understand, and yeah, to that effect. That, I mean, it does make sense, and I did get upset with him because he was just like showing my tits in that photo, and I'm just like, dude,
He
like, why
brags
didn't you?
about you. He says I get chat.
All right.
He says I
give
get
you
chat pussy.
permission?
He brags
Did he give
about
you
you all
permission
the
to do
time. He
that?
mentions your name all the time when he's bragging about getting quote unquote chat pussy. I mean, is that necessarily what you want to be known for? I would. I mean, that's up to you if you do.
No.
No, I wouldn't. I would say you're better than that, right? I think you are. I don't think that's something you should want to be known for. But I'm not. Again, I'm not judging or controlling you
Well,
what to do.
of
You know what I'm
course,
saying? But I think it's
I'm get judged regardless. So I mean, that's just the way it is, JT.
I guess it's my. I just wanted.
no. We're all going to be judged regardless. But sometimes what people are saying about us, they have a little bit more room to say those things when we're giving it to them. You know, and I'd say in this
Okay.
case,
Go ahead and give people extra room to talk shit about Melody.
Exactly.
Well, I
that's why I
mean,
like that. Like, she doesn't care. She doesn't care. It doesn't matter about anybody's opinion. I'm saying as long as
simp, you only speak you speak the language of simp. I don't even understand it half the time. All I hear is
of
like
course
simp,
he would
simp,
say
simp,
that. Of
simp.
course he would say that. But
All I
here's the
hear.
thing. Ruthie, I found a lot of things about you.
By God, when we die.
There's a lot of things I found out about you lately.
Oh my God. Yeah, that Austin dude is weird. We shall be judged by God when we die. Yeah, well, I'm not dead yet, so I'm still alive. So I am among the living.
There's only some of us can actually show our body. You know what I'm saying? There's only a few chosen ones that can actually show our body. You're not one of those, JT. Because I just want you to know.
You want to see my body? What the fuck are you on about?
I didn't say that at all. I'm not kidding. No, I didn't say that at all.
I don't know. Do you want me to show you my body, bro? That sounds a little.
Dude, no, I didn't say. Dude, why are you trying to twist everything? No. I don't want
Dude,
you to
you can
But
both
show
send me
us
some
the drops.
pics. I'm all
Show
about
drops
that
pics?
shit.
Jobs. You want me to
need
show my
some-
body on your camera, bro?
Yeah. No, whoa, not on my camera. That's personal. You send me some dick pics, I'm all about it. But, don't get my channel shut down though. That I'm not cool with.
I think that's
Well,
okay to run.
I'm ashamed of what I did, so
I'm not saying you should feel ashamed.
I mean,
No one can
on-
tell you how to feel. I'm just saying how
So-
it can come across to other people.
Yes,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
by
And
the
I'm
way,
saying that
like,
the kind of men that you would be showing these pictures to, I don't believe they respect women. They use you to prop themselves up and basically as an object. And I don't think as a feminist that that's something that I don't think it really helps the feminist movement. I'll put it that way.
okay, so objectifying.
We're breaking up again.
I don't. Oh, I'm breaking up again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Oh, okay. What about now?
seems
Yeah,
to be
you're
okay
good
right
now.
now.
Okay. I'm not trying to be objectified necessarily, but if you guys want to portray me as that, then
It's not about anyone portraying you that way. It's about how that behavior is perceived. You know, there's always going to be a perception like about how we act, and whether it's true or not. I'm just saying how it can be perceived. I'm not saying that's your intention.
And by the way, not everyone is going to perceive it that way.
Correct.
Not
Yeah.
everyone sees things like JT and I,
Right.
and that's fine. That's fine. Like we're just expressing our opinion, just like you're expressing your opinion. That's it.
Right.
You know-
I'm saying a guy like Will Durant, I don't believe he actually respects women. Otherwise, he wouldn't be using your name about bragging about getting chat pussy. You know, and I don't think I wouldn't. Let's say if I was a female and the shoe was on the other foot, I wouldn't want that guy bragging about having my pictures and jerking off to them and saying he's getting chat pussy. That's all I'm saying. I think you're
okay.
better
Well,
than
you
that.
know what? My next costume is going to be a habit for I'm gonna pretend like I'm gonna run.
A nun? You could be a slutty nun.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
So I'm gonna buy a habit.
No, actually, that would be cool.
Super sexy.
Yeah, like a sexy nun.
Yeah, sexy nun outfit. No. I mean like a true habit. Or like I said before, I could be like a burqa. Like I live in Africa.
Yes, with the slits, with the eyes. What I'm saying is, a beautiful woman can still dress, not revealing and still be beautiful. And a lot of times they're going to attract men that actually value women for more than just their body. Is all I'm saying.
Well, of course,
Oh, you
because
know what?
that's not overriding your brain.
Absolutely not.
See, that's what it does. Is it overrides your brain, and then you go, "Oh shit, boobs." That it's natural. I do it. I'll
No,
admit,
men
I
are
do it.
wired that way, and I think
Yes, but whenever
That
you
doesn't
don't
make any
have
sense.
when you don't have that, you have to engage further. You have to learn about them. You have to talk to them, and then you actually get a real connection. And don't get me wrong, because that's not what everyone wants. Some people don't want that, but if you do, you don't want to interfere with that process, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so it doesn't matter how I dress. I'm always going to get somebody that digresses or says something nasty about me because
True.
I've tried one way or the other. I've put like on my profile picture, I put one, and after I was told that I had too much makeup on, and then the next one I was told that I was too frumpy, and then the next one I was too sexy, even though I barely had any makeup on, which is the one that I've got on right now. Or I can't win. I mean, you guys, seriously.
And that's the thing. Like, I feel like it shouldn't be about what men want. It should be about what you like and what you're comfortable with, and it shouldn't be about. I think that's.
But
And if
but
you're
that's
comfortable with what you're, if
Well,
you're comfortable with
it is true. You're never going to be able to make everyone happy. That's not even possible. Everyone has different views.
I'm ugly. Like, no matter what the fuck I fucking wear, I'm always told that I'm fucking ugly. So
tells
you know
right.
what?
everyone
You're
tells
right.
you you're beautiful.
I never I can't anything. I mean, like the picture that I've got on like right now, I don't even like the picture that I have right now for my PFP, but
What's wrong with
I like it, but I don't have like hardly any makeup on, so I don't really like it. But I'm getting hated on
that goes
by
back
women
to
now. It's just it never fails. But whenever I had
I'm sorry, that's too funny. Oh my
it,
bad.
just like
I apologize. So-
like you people.
I don't think it's about dressing for
No,
other people
Melody.
or for their
You've
approval.
always
I
been
think it's
beautiful.
about dressing
I'm,
in the way that you like, in the way
whoever
that you
liked
feel
it
comfortable, in
many
the way
years
that you feel
because they
good.
were obviously jealous. You know what I'm saying? So
And I'm not saying that like about anybody here that is on panel, because none of you have said any of that to me. I'm just talking about like other people. Usually it's sometimes it's guys, sometimes it's women. It just kind of
A lot of
depends.
jealous women too. What? Yeah, what I'm saying is like it is important to dress and present yourself and express yourself in a way that's for you. It's not for other people. And if you're comfortable with that, then that's what you want to do. But I feel like if you're trying to cater to everyone and trying to please everyone, and you're not finding a way to do that, then yeah, that's an indication like, hey, I'm insecure and I'm not trying to please people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be about what they want. It should be about what you like. At the end of the day.
All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. It's 10 o'clock my time. Melody, again, I hope you don't feel like this is like an attack on you, because that's not at all from my perspective, that's not what it is.
No, I don't feel that way at all. I think all of you guys have been very caring and very kind, and I appreciate you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I like Melody. She's hilarious.
Yeah. All right, so I will catch you guys next week if you're available. If not, I'll see you when I see you. Thank you for dropping by.
All right.
all right. Yeah. All right. Travis, take care. JT, you're a simp.
I'm very nice.
Oh my